All right, thanks. Okay. Hey, 77. I don't think I got back to your last message. Let me see it, and I'll just respond to you here. Give me a second. Yeah, okay. I know what thing you were talking about, the chest thingy. I've seen that on TikTok too. Um, chest is your major goal. Yeah, I mean, listen, this little thing, is it better than nothing? Yeah, but if you're really trying to build up your chest, you got to really stick with the true and tried. I mean, there's no one specific exercise you have to do, but you should focus on getting stronger at some sort of pressing movement, whether it's a chest press machine, whether it's a barbell bench, whether it's a dumbbell bench, incline, decline, flat, whatever. Um, I would make that a goal to progressively get stronger on that. Dips are also very good for your chest, specifically more if you lean forward a little bit. Dips can be good. But unfortunately, sometimes people just have lagging body parts when it comes to building muscle genetically, and it's just the way it is. Andrew, thank you. If you guys can keep tapping and sharing, please. If you guys can all send in the heart me, that would be great. But yeah, sometimes people just have lagging body parts, and possibly that just could be a body part of yours that's just harder to build than others potentially. But still, yeah, get stronger at pressing movements. You can obviously throw in a fly as well. But that's what I would do if I were you. All right, guys, we're looking for opposition, remember. So if you are in the request box and you are not in opposition, please do drop. And I always have audio issues to start, so I have a feeling whoever comes up initially, there's going to be an audio issue. Hey, Spicy. 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 Okay. You have upper body today? Nice. What's up, Miss Lisa? How are you? Thank you, thank you. What's my gift goal? Oh, it's 100 of those things. Cool. No, let's change that. I'd like to start off with like one coin goals, or gifts rather. Oh, you guys can send. I have a gift. My gift. It's Yellow Doug. It's going to be 500 of me because I'm worth that. So they say. All right. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Morning social approach. I still have 4 more minutes of the morning. Their mental. Well, lucky. Maybe once you learn how to spell there correctly in the context in which you used it in, then I will address you a little bit more seriously. But their mental, unfortunately, does not make sense with the way they used the word there. So try to get smarter. Because I think potentially the issue here is that clearly you're not intelligent enough to grasp certain things. I mean, obviously. So I would work on that. But what do I know? Thank you, Andrea. So, guys, the gift goal is well, fuck, did I not save it? Fuck, I didn't save it. God, I'm so stupid. Come on, Doug. Get with the fucking program. Confirm, confirm, confirm. Okay, now we're good. Okay, so guys, we had the gift goal. It's my gift. Apparently, I have a gift of my face. 500 of them, though. Okay, because again, I am worth it. But if you guys can also send an heart me as well. Now, if you did vote for Trump, if you disagree with the background, please hit the request button at the bottom of the screen. Peace and thank you. A fitness expert is discussing chest building exercises. Ask about your goals. Thank you, AI Summary. I appreciate that. You're a little bit behind the program, though. Seattle's good. A little cool outside, but not majorly. I don't even know what the current weather is right now. Went for a nice walk the other day. It was good. I was actually pretty warm after the walk. Actually, it's 43. Feels warmer than that. But yeah, it's 43 right now, which isn't majorly cold. 43 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I'll uh, I'll let you do the math there. Oh, hey, Francis. Francis, how are you?
Yes, hi, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. I just need to know your age, please, before we move forward.
I'm in my 50s.
Cool. All right. What's on your mind?
I don't think we don't hate LGB or whatever. We don't hate them.
What are your thoughts on them?
I don't have much thoughts about them. We're pro-American. We're pro-patriotic. Uh,
Really?
we have nothing as long as you're an American and you're born here and you're a citizen and you're free and you're free of crime and you do everything you're supposed to do as a human being. Well, that's your business what you do.
Free
Everything
of
else.
crime? Well, you voted for a guy that's not free of crime. So
No. We're changing. I'm just trying to say there's nothing in our doctrine that says to be against these people.
well, unfortunately, though, that's not true. There's been numerous executive orders put forward by Trump himself that
Oh,
absolutely harm the
okay.
LGBT plus community, and we this year alone, by the way, there has been I think 400 or 500 anti-LGBT plus bills introduced to Congress, and we're 3 months into the year.
One thing I agree with on Trump. I don't know about the rest of them, but one thing I do agree upon Trump because what I'm is gays in the military. Because a lot of them were, as I heard, I don't know how much of it's true, they were going in there for the medical treatment.
Gays?
Not gays, whatever you want to call them. I call them all gays. Whatever. It has no meaning to me. You understand? It has no meaning to me.
Are you talking about
They
transgender?
exist within us because they are part of our world. But I
But
really don't know your definitions of them. What
what's
I'm
but
saying is
but
they go
just
into the
transgender? Hold on.
military.
Hey! I'm trying to correct you. Just transgender people. That's it. It shouldn't be that difficult.
Right, these transgender people, these as we used to call it, whatever they called them. Yeah, they go into the military for the medical treatment
How do you
to
know?
transition into a different gender.
Thanks, Matt. Well, but hold on though. Plenty of other people go into the military for the healthcare benefits. Why didn't those people get kicked out?
Look, the military's intended there for.
Answer my
There's
question.
a purpose.
Answer. I know,
Why?
but answer my question. What if anybody, trans, gay, straight, cis, whatever, if they meet all the requirements, right? Because I was in the military, by the way. There's certain requirements you have to meet. You have to be a certain weight based on your height.
Right.
You have to score a certain amount on the ASVAB test, the ASVAB exam. You have to be able. You have to pass a background check, etc., etc. So if you meet all those requirements, trans, cis, straight, gay, etc., what the fuck does it matter?
What I'm saying is, I support the policy of going in there into the military or the army or whatever you to
Military.
transition into something of a different gender. That's all I'm saying to you.
But once again, though, number one, if you are trans, you don't necessarily have to be on medication or get surgeries. That's not a requirement to be trans by any means. But why? But we're talking about near 15,000 individuals kicked out of the military, which cost a lot of money to then replace them. By the way, so like even from a fiscal standpoint, it's very irresponsible. But from a humanitarian standpoint, I think it's highly unethical to just and you just ran. Cool, sounds good to me. All right. With that being said, um, we'll get to the next guest, guys. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you guys are all having a good day. Good Monday, I believe it is. If you guys want to keep tapping and sharing, that'd be great. Send in your heart me. We can get to a new guest at 20,000 likes. What's up, 19? How you doing? Going once? You sound like you're, I don't know, dude. You sound like you're somewhere not on Earth, wherever that might be. It's Tuesday?
No, it's not. No. Yeah, no, it's Monday. Get the fuck out of here. Maybe by you. Well, is it Tuesday at any point in the world? In Australia? Australia is not real. Australia is not fucking real. It's just not. It's just not a real place. If you guys have not sent in your heart me yet, please go ahead and do so. I am currently streaming on the tube. For some reason, it seems to be lagging, even though again, guys, I'm on vacation at my parents' place. It's been good this entire time. For some reason, it seems to be lagging a little skippy right now. So that's probably going to affect the viewership over there. But whatever. Make sure if you guys are watching here, if you could please subscribe to me on the tube, I'd greatly appreciate it. Even if you don't watch me over there, if you just click the subscribe button. It's Dougielifts, Dougielifts. The link is also in my bio. Just a click of the button if you can. All right, let's get to this next guest. What's up? How are you, Grounds?
Hey, what's up?
Not much, man. I just need to know your age, please, before we move forward.
34.
Cool. All right. What's on your minds?
Just a prompt.
Okay. You voted for Trump? You voted for Trump, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the LGBT plus community?
So there's nothing. I don't speak for every single person in the world, but I will explain why the grievance or the problem with the LGBTQIA community is.
Sure. Go ahead.
Well, one thing that affects the religious people is the rainbow flag. That's one thing where someone more conservative or religious would have a grievance with the rainbow flag.
What's the grievance?
Well, it's originally a Christian symbol of the rainbow and, God's promise to the world. So then, what people might say it's bastardizing or, taking the flag color of the rainbow and turning it into something that's going against conservative views.
Well, I mean, we live in a free country. I think people can use whatever colors and flags that they want, right? I mean, whether it upsets somebody or not.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's why maybe heavily conservative people would have a problem or some issue with the flag itself.
Listen. Have I spoke to Christians that have said that? Yes. This is not the first time I've heard that. Do I think it's a justified concern or criticism? No. I think being upset by colors is a little silly, personally. But
yeah, it just go against like what a conservative view would be of the religious.
No, I understand why they feel it. I think it's a bit silly, but I understand that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything more tangible, though?
Well, also, I'll add that, I'll add why more conservatives and MAGA is more upset because that flag is also now, since the Obama administration, the colors, the rainbow flag. So if we're talking about that, they were on all the government buildings around the world.
Since Obama?
So not only, Obama was the first president to put the rainbow colors on the White House.
But why is that a bad thing? Like, should it be a good thing that we are more accepting of people that historically have not been accepted and historically have been marginalized heavily?
I believe so. That's why, I'm not opposed to gay rights at all, and I think many people are not opposed to gay marriage and things like that nature. But I think why millions of people are, people in the comments say triggered, is because that flag was once represented as a Christian symbol. Now it's something else. And then it was on all the government buildings around the world.
So, okay, what would you like to do then? What would be your solution?
Well, when Trump did run on his last election of ending wokeness, which is one of the policies of ending wokeness in the military in the United States.
What's wokeness? Can you define that? Because I've never really gotten a solid definition as to what wokeness is.
Yeah, so a lot of people, it's kind of like, from my understanding, the LGBT movement and all that stuff with the government and why it was on all these buildings, government buildings, the flag. So Trump did run. I'm just going off the prompt that says MAGA. Why do you hate the LGBT community? I don't think there's as much hate as much as one, it goes against their values. Two, it was on all the government buildings. And three, now it's not. So I don't think there's as much hate as much as it was just in their face. They even took June as Pride Month, which is no longer a thing.
But how does that harm anybody, right? There's months for people in the military. There's months for all sorts of people. I don't like why are these things bad? Like, and you mentioned the military as well. What things are happening in the military?
Well, they were.
And by the way, June is still Pride Month. That has not been taken away.
It's in their community. It could be any month you want, but it's not.
It's still a thing that has.
It's not in the government. Not in the government anymore.
It's celebrated as Pride Month.
Well, not in the United States anymore.
No, it is.
Trump took that away.
No, he didn't. It's still a thing.
Well, we have different realities, and I know in the government
we don't.
Trump and the administration.
But we have to agree on what is reality. We have to. That was not taken away. But that wasn't. That's just that's just not true.
Well, Trump absolutely. I mean, I probably could pull up some sources, but he did end wokeness, and I believe that yes.
How do you end quote unquote woke? How do you end quote unquote wokeness?
By taking it out of the government.
That doesn't end wokeness.
Oh, it kind of did.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
What is being woke?
Well, it was more of like the woke culture. Woke culture is not.
He can't change that. I'm sorry, he can't change that.
Oh, he did though. He did.
No, he didn't. So what is the woke?
He ended a lot of funding. So Elon Musk.
What is the woke culture? Can you describe? The woke
there's millions.
Culture?
I forget how many millions of dollars around the world that was, given to LGBT communities just to educate people on things. And
that's not culture.
Oh no!
That's not culture.
Oh no! How awful! Guys, remember the kick goal is 20,000 likes, and I like to get there quicker because he has background. Ground, is there a way you can minimize your background noise? You got a lot of background noise.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my God, so much better. What's up, Matt? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, how's it going?
What's going?
A question because I don't think the guest has sufficiently answered this. When you say what can you define woke, and do you understand where that word comes from and what it actually means?
I mean, we don't have to play the exact wording of everything.
What's that?
But
we don't have to what?
Woke culture, woke culture from the BLM movement, the pride parades, all that nonsense. That's all done now.
No, it's not. And that's not where it comes from. So it's clear that you don't understand it. That's why I kind of wanted to ask, because it's kind of clear that you don't get it. You don't understand it, which is good. So that's good. You've kind of clearly shown us that you don't understand it. So would you like to?
I'll pull up the policies if you don't believe me. You don't have to believe me.
Yes.
No, it's not. See, here's the. Oh, I'm sorry, Doug.
No, I just want to read. So Trump did not officially take away Pride Month by law. There is nothing. His administration, they declined to issue official White House proclamations recognizing June as LGBT plus Pride Month, but nothing in law has taken it away whatsoever. It's still 100% a thing.
And well, I want to point out to you as well. Trump was the president last year, and last year June was still Pride Month. And last year, all the cities that yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
And last year, all of the cities that had Pride parades still had Pride parades. So he hasn't done any of the things you're claiming he did.
Well, he's rebranding it. The U.S. Department of Education officially declared June as Title 1X month instead of Pride Month, focusing on the 1972 law regarding
You do realize, hey, bud, I hate to break this to you. You do realize that every month in the United States of America has multiple things that it's for. So like they're like every So like military. November is Men's Health Awareness Month, and there's military awareness. There's like a bunch of different things in every month.
No Nut November or Dry January, sure.
No, Dry January is not a thing.
That's not. Those are just informal things. No Nut November is not an officially recognized thing by the U.S. government.
No Nut November.
But but I really want to point something out to you. I think this is really, really important. Woke, the term woke isn't, it did not originate with BLM. It did not originate with gay rights. Excuse me?
I heard this 100 times. I'm sure I'm going to hear it 101 times. That
might be true.
Then
might be.
Where did it originate?
Oh my God,
then?
the word woke
If you've
is from
heard
the
it,
opposite of sleeping. When you wake up, and it's the past tense of wake. I get it.
If you've heard it 100 times, then why don't you know where the actual term comes from as it relates to this?
Woke, the definition is like the past tense of wake. Oh my God.
No, that's as it relates to this issue, what does it mean?
This issue means that woke culture is ended.
Okay, never mind. I'll just explain it to you because you're too stupid, I guess. Anyways, so in the 1930s, the word woke was between black people. They would say to each other, "Stay woke," as a way to indicate to each other that they needed to be aware of particular towns in the South where they should be worried about being treated poorly, or maybe being hung and different things like that, or being beaten,
but it's
possibly to death. So that's where the phrase "stay woke" comes from. It's been in existence for just about 100 years now.
I understand.
This isn't something that
I get it, but we're not talking about
this term hasn't just started in the last 10 years or so. So it's existed for 100 years, and it hasn't stopped meaning the same thing. I'm sorry that you don't understand.
I don't need the history lesson.
I clearly you do. You thought that it started with BLM. So clearly you do need a history lesson. So I don't know why you're asking me questions. Excuse me, ground. So I don't know why you're asking me questions. You needed a history lesson. So now that we've established that you needed that history lesson, and you understand now what woke means, why do you think that could be a thing that could be ended by the U.S. government?
Well, hold on, Ground. I have something really important to tell you first. Somebody hates you so much that they paid money to kick you. So goodbye. Let's have a huge W to Tracy, guys. Thank you, Tracy, for the 50 on the Blue Out with the B. You're the best. Thank you so much, Tracy. Tracy's comment says, this bi gal happy to kick guests with a big woke foot up his. I think it ends there. But up his ... Thank you.
I'd like to express my thanks to Matt for being the one that explains words to people today. Because yesterday that was very much in my neck of the woods. So thank you.
My pleasure, Erica. I'm happy to do it. By the way, I'm very happy to be woke. Like, it's not with some gotcha. Like, sure, like that's a good thing.
It's some awful thing, right? Real quick before I get to you, Taco, if you guys are enjoying live, click the red follow button on the top left. Give Matt a follow, Erica a follow, and if you guys can all send in your heart me, that would be great. My pay links are in my bio. You can show support that way. While it's not needed, I do appreciate it, and you can do the same with Matt and Erica. Taco, you're opposition, right? I believe.
Yeah, and all due respect to the gentleman.
I just need to know your age, please.
What point did that make? Right.
Hold on, Taco. You just have to state your age, please. You just need to say your age, just for
42.
Okay, cool, good. What was it you were asking?
Yeah. So once again, the debate was halted. It was saying, "Hey, I know you're using that word, but do you know where it comes from? Do you know its origins?"
Sure.
And he gave it a shot.
Yeah.
And he didn't get close. But that doesn't mean he doesn't understand what the theory of it is, right?
No, but so the whole point in my explaining it to the previous guest was he said that woke was ended, and I was explaining to him that something that has existed for 100 years and the idea of being woke isn't something you can just simply the government can't just end the idea of being woke. That's not a thing that you can just do because it's not a government policy. It's a way of being. It's a way of thinking. So no, what he was saying was absolutely absurd.
Yeah, maybe he meant to say ending or trying to end. I don't know.
But even trying to end, it's like saying we want to end, saying that you want to end a way of thinking that people shouldn't be thinking that you shouldn't be
I agree.
equal.
I agree.
That's kind of weird. I don't know.
wouldn't deny
Seems pretty
that.
racist and homophobic and misogynist to me.
If anything, because we tend to see this as a pendulum, if anything, there's probably going to be more quote unquote wokeness if it's being pushed back on, right? Like none of these things are going to go away. There's just going to be even more pushback, really.
Well, we might be the only country that said, how far can we go? How far can we allow the human plight to take? Because other countries just shut it down. As soon as you.
What are you talking about?
Oh, a lot of countries are against gay.
You sound like a person who's never left your own backyard.
Ma'am, are most countries against the gay way of life?
What do you
homosexual?
mean by
the gay way of life?
Homosexual, ma'am, is Iran, Israel, India, Russia, China. How far should I go? Do they approve of these lifestyles in their countries?
But what does that have to do with us, though? Like, I don't understand.
She stopped me and said, "I don't travel, and I'm stupid, so I need to defend that real quick."
We are the only country. You said we're the only country, and what I'm pointing
so we're one
out
of them.
to you,
England is one of them as well.
What I'm pointing out to you is that probably every European country, bar Russia and maybe Hungary, are at least as tolerant of the LGBTQIA plus community as the US is.
Man, you said Russia was as tolerant?
No, I said except. Can you use your ears?
I just couldn't hear your word.
Except Russia and possibly Hungary.
So only Russia and Hungary are tight on it?
Did you hear the continent that I mentioned?
You said European.
Hey, guys, real quick, if you guys can keep tapping, please, we can get to a new guest at 30,000 likes. So if you guys want a new one, just please tap a little bit quicker, and we are looking for opposition. We'll get to people in the guest box shortly.
To backpack off of Erica's point, using the LGBTQ equality index, which basically kind of rates countries, in terms of how they offer rights and how friendly they are to gay people around the world, the U.S. pretty much sits just above the middle of the pack.
The middle?
Yep, just above the middle of the pack.
Country? Who allows it all?
Well, who's the wokest country? I mean, that's a weird question to ask.
Why do you guys keep acting like we're talking different fucking languages here?
Well, because
I think we are.
I'll explain it to you because the term when you say the wokest
we're on the same subject
country,
here. I'm not talking German to you.
Hey, bud, calm down. There's no need to get upset.
I'm stupid.
Taco.
Why are you?
Because it's hilarious that you think I'm stupid. I'm not. We're on the same subject. Don't go high voice on me and go, what? What are we talking about? You know what the fuck we're talking about. Continue talking about it.
Hey, Taco Cat, when you say something like, what's the wokest country?
That doesn't make any
sense.
Right?
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense because I think what you wanted to say was which country offers the most rights to gay people, right?
No,
is that what you meant to say?
No, because this is way more than just gay.
Cool.
How do we measure wokeness? How do we measure wokeness?
Oh, good question. That's like asking what a woman is, right? How do we measure these things? Where is the metric? Now, he says we're in the middle of the pack.
So he says we're in the middle of the pack.
So cool. in your guest opinion, there's actually a metric somewhere.
Taco,
we're in the middle of it.
Taco, what's the metric?
Country.
Taco, you're not going to reverse it back on me. You're saying we are the wokest. How do you determine such?
I determine it by what we allow our citizens to do compared to other countries.
So what is woke and how are we measuring it versus another country? How do you come to this determination objectively?
Woke would be something like starting from the beginning, like, should black people have the right to vote? Yes. Questions that are hard. Should we let other people into our country even though their religion goes against it? Yes.
I don't know what that has to do with being woke. Now you're just throwing things in that...
Oh, wait a second. We're defining it. And woke means asking hard questions when most countries are scared to ask them, right? That's what woke would be, right?
That's not what woke means. We literally just defined what woke means. And see, this is why Doug and I were asking you the question.
Against the white man who was trying to oppress the black man to let him know that stay smart, keep reading books, keep learning, keep asking the hard questions. Once again, don't treat me like a fucking idiot.
That's literally not what that means. You didn't listen to my
Now I'm
explanation.
going
Would
to
you
ask
like me
you
to explain
define
it again? Would you like me to explain it again for
Now,
you? Because
yep,
it
I'm going
seems
to
like you
zip
weren't
my
listening.
lip. Go ahead.
Okay, great. So again, the original meaning of the word, when we say stay woke, the word meant that you were literally, they were telling other black people to stay woke because they wanted them to be safe. They were saying, hey, stay woke. They were warning them about other towns and other places in the South where they could potentially be harmed. That was the whole point of staying woke. That was the signal to other black people. They were saying, hey, you
I'm
need
going to
to
look that up.
stay woke. Yeah, please feel free. Go look that up. It's the very basic definition of the word. So that's, yeah, go for it.
Go ahead. So it was a deterrent to tell the black man that he might be heading into the wrong neighborhood. Is that what you're saying?
100%. That's exactly what it was.
Okay.
Started in the 1930s. Yep.
Like a kind of keep your head on a swivel.
Exactly.
Guys, remember 30,000 likes, we can get to a new guest, okay? If you disagree with the background or agree with topic or whatever, hit the request button at the bottom, please. I don't really know where to take this conversation because it just seems very silly.
It's okay. I just wanted to look it up. And obviously, he's looked it up.
You can do that quietly. Matt, I have a question.
Sure.
When were black people allowed to vote in the United States? Was it the Civil Rights Act? Was it the 60s?
Well, I mean, federally, officially everywhere, the Civil Rights Act made it actually official. But I mean, technically, you could go all the way back to the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments. But of course, that didn't actually grant that because you had the Jim Crow laws that really and truly prohibited black people from voting for a very long time.
Yeah. Women didn't get that much time to vote after us. You had to own property to vote. So even the regular guy couldn't vote.
Yeah, that's woke that we allow women to vote. That's way too woke, really.
What I'm saying is even the standard man who didn't own property, women were allowed to vote about 10 years after that. So there was a point.
But Taco Cat, that's exactly the same in the UK, right? So 1918, which was the year that women got the vote here, and it was women over 30 that got the vote. 1918 was the same year that the last men got the vote. So men progressively got the vote from about 1700 onwards, and the last men got the vote in 1918. That was the same year as the first women were allowed to vote, but they weren't allowed to vote on equal terms with the men. All men got the vote, and only a section of women got the vote. And I agree with you. I talk about this all the time, that we had a movement here called the Chartist movement, which is about working class men getting the vote. Because if you were a renter, which most working class people were, you didn't get the vote.
Right.
But that I don't understand, So are you trying to say that women getting the vote is woke?
I mean, obviously not, because according to politics, I've been defining the word wrong. And what I'm saying is none of us should really be allowed to use it because in his theory, this word means a deterrent towards danger. So
No.
I want to give him those points because I looked it up and that's really where the word originated from, was telling the black man, hey, watch out. Pretty much is what they were saying to him. But today politics, it does mean.
So number one, I never said that no one should, the idea that no one should be able to use the word, no. And I didn't say that the word hasn't evolved. Because you weren't, because what you were doing is that you're trying to use it as an all-encompassing word, and you started adding all of these different things into the modern definition of the word, which don't fit even the modern definition of the word woke. And so, hang on, dude, just 1 sec. Let me explain to you, and then you can respond. Just 1 sec. You started adding in all of these various different things into the modern even what we would consider the modern definition of the word. I'm not trying to go strictly by the 1930s definition of the word. I'm not saying that's what it is, but what you're doing is you're just basically lumping in every single idea that you would consider to be on the left. You're like, that's woke, and that's not what that means.
We haven't gotten into too many ideas. But if
you
I were
just
to
started
ask,
listing a whole bunch of shit off, and you added it into the definition.
Yeah, if I were to ask 1,000 people in America, does LGBTQ kind of mean woke to you? You know, the theories and lifestyles they live to the Western culture, civil.
Goodbye. We had 30K. Sorry, I know you were in the middle of something with him, but I was just
I don't care.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tapping quickly. Appreciate it.
I don't know whether he's still in the request, but Hector was in the request.
Oh, was he? Yeah, I see him. I'm sure you want to. I'll bring him up real quick if you wanted to say something. But you guys, in general, we are looking for opposition. If you guys are enjoying live, click the red follow button on the top left. Give all the panelists a follow. You can show them a little bit of support as well. Gifting, pay links are in their bio. Same deal with me. Not needed, but appreciate it. What's up, Hector? How you doing, man?
Hey, yeah, I won't be here long. Hi, Matt, Erica. I just only came up because, the word's origins. And to be fair, Matt, you did a good job, but I knew he was going to do that thing he did where he tried to limit the definition of wokeness just to danger and keeping themselves safe. So wokeness is simply about awareness. Yes, it was awareness of dangers in the South. It was awareness of white supremacy overall. It's translated over and definitely has a correlation, for sure, to civil rights and otherwise, because more civil rights, more safety, so on and so forth, equity and equality. But it's not, wokeness is a night and day difference from just basic human rights. It just has a correlation to it. With awareness, we advocate for policies that ensure everyone has equity that should have been extended to all groups of people, regardless of race, gender identity, so on and so forth. But no, it's not solely about danger and avoiding it. That was just one factor specifically in the South when you're avoiding white hood wearing people. With that being said, I'm dropping down.
Hector, thank you. Guys, make sure everybody you give Hector a follow, okay? And again, we are just looking for opposition. Of course, there's some I'm losing the word here. I don't know. Some problems can come up depending. But anyways, I'm curious what's going on.
Oh, nothing much. How's it going for you today?
It's going. I just need to know your age, sir, before we move forward, please.
28 years of age.
Cool. What's up?
No, just heard some discussions,
Okay. What do you want to say?
Well, I mean, you were discussing like the wokest country, or the last guy was. What do you think the wokest country is? I'll give you my answer after you answer.
It's not something I've ever really thought about, to be honest with you, because I don't really know how we objectively measure wokeness.
I'm going to give you a selection. It's going to be one of these. It's going to be one of the Scandinavian countries, or Ireland, or New Zealand. It will be one of those.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'd say it's the country that allows pedophiles to come back into their borders after they do.
You can't say that we're on TikTok. You can't say that we're on TikTok.
All right, my bad. PDFs.
Because I'm going to.
Do you know who that is, Erica?
You're like us, right?
Why you're here. I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think all those people should be.
Are you referring to the president? The president of the U.S.?
Yeah. What would the religion be with those people?
Christianity.
Oh, Christianity. Oh yeah. What was it? Epstein was a Christian.
No, but all the priests
anti-Semitism.
I'm just curious on that.
Gotta love the anti-Semitism.
Curious.
How is that anti-Semitism for just stating a fact?
Hey, curious. No, that's fine. Hey, curious. Who commits on whole statistically, like with actual numbers instead of just using your feelings? Statistically, what group of people? Yeah, the facts. Who actually commits the most amount of that particular crime? What group?
PDFs.
Yeah, then the PDFs would be straight Christian white men commit about just over 70% of that crime.
You want to take this down for per capita or what?
Even per capita, they still commit the majority of the crime. Would you like to know?
Majority of the crime? You change your statistic there.
Oh yeah, because it's not. Then it's not 70. Then it's not 7. Then it's not 70% because then it's not a percentage because we're talking about per capita. But also, I wanted to point something out. Hold on, wait, PL, just hang on one sec. I have to go back to something because you said what's the wokest country, and then you proceeded to bulldoze right through that and say I think it's the country that lets in the PDFs. But the word woke, again, even in the modern definition, it has nothing to do with PDFs. So why would you immediately go to PDFs? Do you like PDFs or you're into that? I don't understand.
They should all be young.
PDFs. So I would love to know. So in the word woke, why? And I'd love for you to show us the definition of the word woke where it includes PDFs.
No, I
Can you show us where it's open, where people who are woke are open to PDFs? No, I want you, before we move further, I want you to show us in the definition of the word where that is.
No, I don't think I could pull that up. That might have been my own opinion.
Okay,
there.
Cool. So then I guess we're not going to use that as a metric for wokeness, huh?
Is this Matt here? Is this Matt speaking?
Yeah. So I guess we're not going to use that as a metric for the word woke, huh?
I mean, yeah, we get it. We know who you're married to. Anyways,
I'm asking PL. I don't know what that means, but number one, I'm not married. Number two, I guess we're not going to use that as a metric for the word woke, right?
We know who your girlfriend is. Anyways,
Curious. It sounds like you just don't want to address what Matt said. You just want to add homage.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like you're really pivoting away. It sounds like you're more focused on my girlfriend than anything else. That's weird.
What wokeism nowadays would be? So that'd be like the
Curious.
believing in like I can be a dog.
Nobody says that you can be a dog. I don't know where you guys come up with this shit. Nobody fucking says that. Where do they come up with this shit?
I don't know. I just want to point out,
Tammy,
because we didn't get to
Tammy, by the way.
Thanks,
Tammy. Thank you.
I just want to point out that literally, no, I just wanted to say it's literally just awareness and attentiveness to important social facts and issues, particularly racial injustice, LGBTQ rights, and sexism. That's literally the modern definition of the word woke. That's it. That's all that it means.
I just want to point out, Matt is not married, but both Matt and Doug are my work husbands. Okay?
Correct.
Make sure, again, you guys click the red follow button in the top left. Give Matt and Erica a follow. Show them a little bit of support, guys. They're at 500 coins. If you guys can get them to 1,000, that would be great. And my petting certified if you want to show support that way. We're looking for opposition. Jimmy, how you doing? What's up, Jimmy?
Oh, what's going on?
Not much, man. I just need to know your age, please, before we move forward.
You lie or not lie?
Well, no, you're mute. So, thank you, guys. Also, send in your heart me if you all can. Yeah, you got to unmute yourself, man. So, Marina, I agree with you.
He doesn't look like he's muted to me. He's just signal cut out or something.
No, on my end it says he's mute, but yeah, Jimmy, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, Jimmy, Doug did actually ask for your age.
Yeah, Jimmy, I just need to know your age, please. It's for TikTok TOS. Thank you, guys. So, Jimmy, are you there? Jimmy, are you there? All right. I'm going to bring you down, Jimmy, because you just don't... no. All right, we have a couple people in the request box. This person I'm not letting up. They have a lightning bolt 88, another lightning bolt. That's going to be a hard no, by the way. I'm not going to let up fucking...
So your question is, why do I hate the LGBTQI?
I do need to know your age. I just need to know your age, please. Before we... Okay, go ahead.
So you want to know why I hate it now? I never hated it in the beginning, but now I actually do hate it.
Okay, why?
Because you guys are infringing and imposing on our children what's right and what's wrong about being transgender.
Okay, give me an example, please.
You guys are indoctrinating in schools now. You're having people that are transgender run schools and sit there and tell kids that it's okay.
What?
Okay, prove it.
You are having people.
Name a school that's run by transgender people, if you could.
There's a school in Minnesota. Can you stop laughing? This is why
You're so fucking stupid. You're so fucking stupid. Go ahead.
Come
Tell
on,
us the
guys.
skull.
This is why nobody can debate Democrats, because you guys think everything is funny.
Well,
Everything
yeah,
that we talk about, everything we say. Bro, you allow fucking men that dress up as women to
not
allow
everything is funny,
Nobody
bud,
asked
but
you,
like
politics.
you're pretty fucking funny, because what you said, not everything is funny, but you're pretty fucking funny. I gotta be honest with you. Like,
Because
Doug
it's
was pretty right to
disgusting.
laugh in your face.
It's absolutely disgusting that you guys are allowing men that dress up as women to go into bathrooms with women in there.
Oh
no! Hang on.
So let me say, wait, hold on, no, Eric, let me say something. Let me.
I want to ask you a question. Stop talking.
Children.
He's about to crash out. He's about to crash out, guys. Or he probably is right now.
Stop talking for a second. So I just wanna get your take on this.
Great Britain, you don't even matter.
I just want to get your take on this. So what you're saying is no men. It doesn't matter.
You're not.
He's so angry. He's so fucking angry.
It's a red line for you when men go into women's bathrooms, dressing rooms, changing rooms, correct?
It is. Because I have a wife in there.
But you voted for one. Yeah.
You voted for a man who bragged
Australia or Great Britain. Your fucking opinion.
You voted for a man.
Okay, great. I'll say it then. If her opinion doesn't matter, I'll say it. You voted for a guy who openly admitted to going into women's locker rooms.
You voted for Kamala Harris that didn't even back.
Shut up. Thank you for the galaxy, whoever sent that. By the way, if you're trying to kick him, it's 2 galaxies, guys, but thank you to who sent that. I appreciate it.
Didn't support the Jessica law that kept P3 away from 2,000 feet within the school. And she had it on her desk for 4 years while she was a district attorney. 4 years. She had it.
That's actually not true. That's actually not true.
That is true.
Cool. What? Awesome. Then tell us the name of the law.
The Jessica law.
That's not true. That's not true.
Oh my fucking God, you're such a fucking liar, bro.
That's not true.
Republicans can't.
Who passes laws? Who passes state laws? Is it district attorneys?
This is a Florida law from 2005. Jessica's law is an informal name given to a 2005 Florida law. What the fuck are you talking about? Where's this back?
Why didn't Kamala Harris pass the Jessica law?
Well, because it was in Florida. She's not in Florida.
Hold on. She was the Attorney General of the state of California. Hey, bud, stop reading. Hang on. No, don't read. I don't care about listen to me. It's because you're trying. The reason why is because you're trying to have AI listen. Stop it. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen.
We're getting. Go ahead, man. I'm just getting background noise.
You guys constantly cannot fucking debate, bro.
No, it's because you're trying to have AI. If you would stop, I'll explain it to you. Yes, because I don't have AI reading something to you. You're trying to have AI read something. I will easily explain this to you. Would you like me to explain it?
Sure. Lie out of your ass so he can get money.
Allow me to help you. No, I'm not going to lie out of my ass. I can show you source. Would you just stop? Thank you. Attaboy. Now, anyways.
You guys will make the kickle. 60K is the kickle, by the way, guys. So, go ahead.
The law, what you just said is that Kamala Harris stopped the law from being passed. The law was passed. It was already enacted. It lasted until 2015 when the state Supreme Court of California ruled it unconstitutional, saying that it went too far. The ban went too far and it did too much. It had nothing to do with Kamala Harris or the Attorney General. Period. The end.
Can I just point something out as well? That law was passed in California in 2006. Kamala Harris didn't become the Attorney General of California till 2011. So she became Attorney General 5 years after the law passed. But also, Attorney Generals are not responsible for passing laws. Laws are passed by state houses and state senates.
All right, a couple quick things. Number one, guys, just as a reminder, it's 2 galaxies to get rid of a guest or 20 on any of the pay links. The galaxies don't need to come from one person. Two different people can send one, by the way. Thank you again to who sent it. What else? Jimmy, you weren't up earlier, right? I think you were in the request box, but you weren't up earlier, I don't think, right? Okay.
Yeah,
I just need.
But we couldn't hear him.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, how old are you, Jimmy? I just need to know your age, please.
Yeah, I'm 28.
Okay. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, dang on, y'all went up on the damn. Y'all must be price gouging these days with two galaxies.
Okay.
I just want
What's on your mind?
I just want to find out why y'all are grifting off the mentally ill.
Yeah. So, what's your opinion on the topic over here?
I mean, I asked you, like, why are you grifting off the mentally ill? Like, you're getting
Yeah.
people.
So what's the definition of grifting? No.
With opposite views,
Yeah.
and then you're asking for money to get them.
So let's go through this. I think this is a good conversation. So let's look up the definition of grifting. Okay, grifting refers to obtaining money or benefits through dishonest means, such as petty swindles, frauds, or confidence games. Okay, it involves exploiting trust, manipulation, and deception rather than straightforward theft. Now, every single time, Jimmy, I tell people, hey, you do not need to send anything to my pay links. You do not need to give me. It is appreciated, but you can watch me and just tap screen and share. You do not have to send anything.
Getting up here, bro. Bro, you're
but that's not grifting. If I tell people specifically it's not needed.
Then what are you doing? Begging for money?
Well, begging for money would say, please give me money. I'm not doing that either.
In between each guess, you do shout yourself out. Please hit this PayPal. Blah, blah, blah,
does it annoy you that I make income from this? Are you jealous?
No, it don't annoy me. It's just wrong. You don't see anything wrong with that?
Why would it be wrong? I'm not being dishonest in the least bit. I'm being as straightforward as I can. It seems like it bothers you.
No, I will talk. I will talk. Is it wrong for people to pay their? Is it wrong? I'm going to keep talking. Is it wrong for people to pay their Netflix subscription? Hello?
Jimmy, you got to answer the question.
Is it wrong for people to pay their Netflix subscription, Jimmy? Jimmy, you need to get rid of that MAGA mobile. Like that Trump phone 2024 is like not doing you justice.
I'll tell you what, Jimmy, if you start grifting, maybe you can get money for better Wi-Fi.
While we wait for Jimmy to get back in better service, I want to say thank you to Andrea for the 5 in the blue app. Says thank you for that amazing karaoke performance. Only small portion of it. Thank you for being an amazing, kind, intelligent human being. Tell Doug and Erica I said hi. Thank you, Andrea. You're very kind. That was really nice of you. Appreciate the money for being a complete and utter grifter. Thank you.
Remember, guys, you guys are always welcome to show support by pay links and gifts. I love grifting you guys, so by all means. All right, what's up, Jimmy? Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Jethro. Jimmy, I hate to break it to you, but you seem like you're too poor to afford Wi-Fi. So. Yeah, okay. By that definition, any job that you go to, you are begging for money. If you're a bus driver, you're begging for money by your definition.
And isn't the United States also has a tipping culture in a way that most countries don't? So that means that your serving staff at a restaurant you go to are grifting. It means that Matt, when he plays piano and people tip him, he's grifting.
Yeah. The common denominator here is that they just seem to be upset that we are talking about views that they disagree with, and that we happen to get some money for it. It seems to upset him because I bet you he does not go to conservative content creators and say the same thing to them. I can guarantee you he doesn't do that. Which means it just seems he's upset by the views.
Thank you, Lainey.
Hey, Lainey, how are you? And guys, remember, I'm only looking for opposition. So barbecue, hello. Are you opposition?
Yes.
Okay. I just need to know your age, please.
18.
What year were you born?
2007.
This is not a person who is being genuine in their.
It seems very trolly, but I'll entertain it for a minute, possibly. All right, what's up?
So I have a position because it is a House Betty Lips.
What?
House Betty Lips.
I don't know what the fuck
No,
she said.
just throw
I
them
don't
out.
know.
Dog.
I don't know what the fuck she's saying. So. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Curious is requesting, but Curious got kicked by.
Galaxies.
Okay, I can't bring him back up then. Curious, unfortunately, you cannot come back up, or rather, fortunately, you cannot come back up. Only opposition. So this person whose request. Oop! Didn't mean to bring you up. Didn't mean to bring you up. Bye. I hate it when you're about to click on something and then it moves. It doesn't
moves,
happen.
I know.
It moves and then I click on the wrong person. It's really fucking annoying.
I have to say, speaking of our friend Lainey, I got to meet Lainey this past weekend at the No Kings March, and I just need to tell everybody. Yeah, I just have to tell everybody that Lainey is so fucking cool in person. Not only is she cool online, Lainey is fucking cool in person, and I'm so glad that I got to meet her. So fuck yeah, Lainey. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah,
that's super cool.
Absolutely fucking cool. Yes, absolutely.
I love it.
I just want to point
Peabody,
out,
you're 100%. Peabody, you're so correct.
I did not have FOMO whatsoever. Are you watching something?
Yeah, you got some background noise going on, Matt. What are you listening to?
Oh, sorry. That's my daughter. Sorry, I walked into the room. I'm
you're good. No worries.
That's my bad.
Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a really good Monday. If you get some, keep tapping. We're getting likes up rather quickly. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys also send in your heart me as well. If you guys want to help me grift, you're welcome to send anything to my pay link or send any gifts. If you can't do that, then you cannot watch me, okay? You only can watch me if you send pay links or gifts. That's a joke, by the way. It's not needed, guys. It's always appreciated.
Crow does this thing where if anyone accuses anybody of grifting, he will then just grift on everybody else's behalf. Just for about half an hour and be really loud about doing it.
I want to have a child with Matt. What's you saw that comment?
No comment.
House, what's up? How you
I'm 18 and a House
God
Betty
damn it,
is
you're
a
the
House
same fucking
Betty,
person.
and that is
you're the same fucking person. Who is that? Who the fuck is that?
I don't know, but if anyone's aware of, there was on TV in the 1970s and 1980s in the UK, there was a show called Some Mothers Do Have 'Em, which was a comedy show, and the lead guy in it was Frank Spencer, and just that voice was like Frank Spencer's voice. It was very strange.
Man. If anybody disagrees with the background, and or you voted for Trump, you're a conservative, etc., just hit the request button. There's one above Matt, and there's also another one at the bottom that looks like a pink and blue person.
Caitlin said they sound like salad fingers.
I saw that. I don't quite know what that means, but I saw that comment.
Someone said, "Is that Dobby from Harry Potter?" Oh,
it sounded similar.
Dobby won't tell you whether it's Dobby or not.
Dobby is a good elf.
Oh, by the way, people watching on the tube, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, okay? And if you're watching on TikTok, even if you don't watch me on the tube, it would be appreciated if you can at least just give me a subscription. That would be greatly helpful. Chicky, thank you. Thank you for the 5 on the blue out with a V. It says for the grift. Chicky, thank you for helping me grift. It's always needed. Thank you so much.
The other day when we had that British lady up who didn't know anything about
You?
biology textbook.
Yeah.
I then basically sent Matt a ton of voice notes with me pretending to be her and doing her voice, and
That's
to
funny.
the point where he was like, "Stop it!"
Yeah, that's funny. Penelope. What the absolute fuck?
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. How many goddamn accounts is this person gonna make or currently have?
Is he saying Bitty or Betty?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Because Bitty's a thing from Little Britain about grown-ups. You know what babies do when their mum is essentially like a cow, and they do that thing where they... So Bitty was a word in Little Britain for like a grown-up wanting to do that thing, which is just weird.
They're
Tammy,
specifying Betty.
Tammy, thank you so much for the 10 on the blue app with the V. It also says for the grift and because you were so handsome. Thank you so much, Tammy. I really appreciate that. Tommy, thank you for the... Hold on. I'm sorry. Tommy, thank you so much for the 5 on the green app that starts with a C. It also says for the grift, monthly Soros allowance. That is true, guys. I do get paid by Soros. I'm open about it. I'm honest. I'm straightforward about it. But yes, Soros does pay me. Tommy, thank you for that contribution. W. Tommy, W. Tammy.
I get kind of upset when everyone comes on to Doug and Matt and nobody even tries to come on to me. It doesn't. Matt knows it upsets me.
You want people to...
It's upsetting.
You want people to come on to you?
I'd like everyone to come on to me, please.
Ooh.
And in any particular... never mind.
I knew where you were going with that. That was going to get way too specific, Matt.
Never mind.
Yeah. That was good to stop it there. Anywho, anyways, how about them Yankees?
Nice day today. It's nice weather, really.
Oh, my friend Nigel's in the comments, who I went to Bletchley Park with the other week. I do keep pointing them out in the comments.
All right, we got somebody in the request box. Nope, same person. Not lining them up. House Betty is their name.
I can guarantee you that, like, tomorrow, Doug will not remember that.
If somebody reminds me, I will. But am I gonna like consciously remember it now? I think that's a good thing, personally. No. If I remembered every shitty thing that happened on the live stream, I don't think that would be too good.
I mean, it's good for not getting PTSD, but it's arguably bad if you're not a goldfish.
I just have a feeling it's going to be the same person, but let's check it out. If it loads. If they load. Remember, guys, for anybody that's watching, if you disagree with the background prompt, you voted for Trump, you're a conservative, etc., etc., hit the request button there at the bottom. Gadisa? Hello. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and drop you. It doesn't seem like you're trying to... Whatever. Did I pronounce that right? Gadisa?
I think Adisa. By the way, I was wondering how long it was going to take for any videos from the karaoke to on Saturday night to surface, and so I was curious about
Have they
that.
already surfaced? They already surfaced.
A clip, one clip of me apparently has already.
What song? What song? What song were you doing?
I sang "Juicy" by the Notorious B.I.G. Yep. Yes. Thank you, Andrew. I'm glad. Yeah. I think Crystal posted it, even though Crystal wasn't there. I think she got it from Emma. But yeah. Hopefully there will be some more. RJ. Let's see. RJ did. Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Ooh, good song. Very good song.
Yeah, really good song. Polly did Drive by Incubus, which was very good. I thought that was good. Emma did Love is a Battlefield and Man, I Feel Like a Woman, which was pretty good.
Classic.
Yeah. There were some good ones. It was definitely it was a banner evening for those of you who wanted to see some of your favorite creators with a drink or two and a microphone in their hand.
Sounds dangerous. All right, who we got here? Remember, guys, we are looking for opposition. Okay. If you disagree with the background, just go ahead and hit your request button. Come on up. Looks like we might be having somebody coming on up right now. If they load, of course. Grunty, hello. Hello. Grunty?
Sorry, I accidentally.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Comments are asking, Matthew, will you be live tonight?
Indeed, I will. Back to normal, regular old schedule this week, including normal, regular old schedule with Erica on Friday.
Woo-woo.
So, yes.
This Erica or other Erica?
Me.
Other Erica?
Our beloved Erica, yes.
You're both of your work wife, Erica. I might, because I'm not at work this week or next week. Who knows? I might pop up another time.
Who knows? So all the more incentive for you guys to tune in this week. And so, someone asked, do I like British bands? Of course I like British bands. Who doesn't like that? Literally my all-time favorite band is the Beatles. I mean,
yeah, I mean, some of the best bands are British. I mean,
Tommy Red has very generously sent me £3.60 and said, "This is me coming on to you." So that's lovely. Normally I charge a bit more than that, but
you're feeling a little cheap today, huh?
Some days it's just nice to feel cheap, you know.
I get it.
Someone else should donate for wet wipes.
For wet wipes. Keep tapping and sharing, guys. Again, I appreciate all the tapping and sharing. If you guys can keep up with it, that'd be great. We're actually really close to the gift call. I guess I have my own gift that appeared recently, where we're actually pretty close to it. Make sure you guys send in the heart me as well. Okay, that would be appreciated. You guys like jalapeno chips? I love them. One of my favorite kinds of chips. Jalapeno chips. They're great. They're amazing. I did cut you off though, Erica, so please do go ahead.
It's okay. I just want to add, I was going back to look at names. I just want to add, Tammy sent me £10 for being so cute. And Elizabeth sent me £2.60 for my accent. I'm afraid if you want to buy my accent, you will have to contribute more than £2.60. But as a gesture of appreciation, I'm very grateful. Thank you, everybody.
Steph, yeah, I didn't know these chips were like specific towards to Washington. Me and my dad, we just ordered in food, and these were the chips that came out. I never had this specific brand. I just like jalapeno chips in general. But yeah, they're a little spicy.
Oh,
thanks,
thank
Lizzie.
you. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Tammy said it was for my sexy accent, and Elizabeth said I was cute. Sorry, I mixed those two up. I can't look at them both. I still have the cheese whiz upstairs, Ollie's mum. I have not yet been brave enough. I have a somewhat delicate stomach, and so I'm a little bit, you know. But one day, I have some crackers. I will try the cheese whiz at some point.
We're all waiting with bated breath, bated breath, really.
Cheesy breath.
Yeah. And technically, it's not cheese whiz. It's the easy cheese, is what I sent Erica. That's easy cheese.
Easy cheese. Interesting.
Yeah, the little spray bottle kind. Because Cheese Whiz actually comes in a jar.
It doesn't?
Yeah.
I'm not a regular buyer of it, so I don't really know the intricacies of it.
I'm also not. I'm not, but I know it from the grocery store.
Sure.
Aisle.
Oh, yeah, guess I'm up.
I'm in two minds about whether I
baby.
Hey,
I said,
well,
I eat the baby. No,
well, that's cool, William. Do you want to have a conversation? Do you want to have a conversation, or I'm just going to drop you?
Baby.
Okay. All right, buddy. What do you gain from that? Like, you're going to get kicked like pretty goddamn quickly when you do that. Like, what's the point? What are you gaining from that?
he wanted to try out his new song.
It was a horrible song. It was a goddamn awful song.
Maybe he was like trying to test it. He was audience testing. He was like wanting to really see how it would go.
Oh boy. Anybody in the chat, again, if you are opposition, meaning you disagree with background prompt, you vote for Trump, etc., there's a request button. Go ahead and click that. Come on up. Oh, also, if you're watching on the tube, you can call in. Normally, I have a mod that constantly posts it. He's not here today, it doesn't seem, so I'm going to have to do it myself. So, people on the YouTube, you can call in. Go ahead, Erica, sorry.
I was just going to say, I don't think that Matt and I are the best audience for people to try out new songs on, because we're both very critical of, art forms, full stop.
All right, so people on the tube, the number is 813-603-8878. Again, I'm going to be posting it on the tube, so you can call in over there. Okay. All right. Cool. Oh man. And I guess once again, no, William. Obviously, you're not going to come on up. In fact, I'm just going to block you, William. Like, did you really think that after your stupid song that you're going to get back up? That's really dumb.
That's funny because I just I just muted him in the chat. So yeah.
Well, now he's blocked. So there he goes.
Doug, when are you back on the East Coast?
I come back Wednesday, 2 days from now.
Nice.
I kind of like streaming here though, because I don't know, for some reason when I especially at night, it's nice because I get like the really late night viewers that I would never otherwise get. Because if I'm live here at like 9, 10, 11 at night, that's way past midnight in East Coast. I'm never going to be live at that time, so I get like a group of people I never would otherwise get.
Oh, I see. You're trying to poach my viewers. I see how it is.
Steal it from you. I'll steal it from you.
See how it is. No, I totally get it. It's fun. It's the same thing like when I'm on Friday during the day or even just some other times. It's just, or sometimes I randomly go on the weekends. Or it's good. It's good to get in front of different people. Absolutely, I totally get it.
Dark, hello. You're off screen if you're trying to speak, Dark. We can't hear you. Okay, now you're on screen. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. I just didn't know your age, please. Just got an
29.
Cool. Go ahead. What's up?
How can I be homophobic?
Do you want to be homophobic?
My bitch is gay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to drop you. So, take care. What on earth is going on?
I thought he was asking for advice there on how.
I thought he was too. Like, what's the best way to go about being homophobic? What's up, Blue? How you doing? Hello, Blue. How are you? What the fuck is going on today, guys?
I think that was a mistake.
You think? All right, guys. Again, we're looking for opposition, everybody. If you disagree with the background prompt, please come on up. I understand accident requests happen. Debbie, you keep accidentally requesting. Just FYI. All right, Blue, if you're trying to speak, okay, you follow me. You're probably friendly. I'm going to drop you. All right. Seems like, I don't know, I doubt this is going to be a real person, but we'll see. Hey, printer, hello. Hello, printer. Going once, twice, goodbye. All right. Stacy, I don't think you're opposition. You seem like you're a friendly. I'll invite you up, though, but I think you're a friendly. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What's up, guys? We got a bunch of people the first, 30 minutes, hour of doing this, and now I don't know what's going on. I don't really want to restart. We may have to at some point, though.
You know what, Doug? I was almost probably gonna have to go anyway. So I'm gonna drop down. Maybe you'll get some more ops if you're a little lighter. So hopefully that'll help. But I appreciate having me up for a little bit, bud.
Absolutely,
good to
man.
see you.
As always, make sure you guys give Matt a follow. I'd imagine most of you guys already do, but if not, please give him a follow. He has great lives. All right, Matt. Take care, man.
You guys have a good time. I'll see you. Bye, Erica.
All right.
Hi, Matthew.
All right, Phoenix, hello.
How are you doing today?
Great. How old are you? I just need to know for TikTok terms of service.
I'm 53. I'm as old as dirt, man.
All right, sounds good. What's up? What's on your mind?
So I'm MAGA and I don't hate LGBTQ at all.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the LGBT plus community? I'm curious.
People are people, man.
Okay. And do you think they deserve, every right that you and I may get, or anybody else for that matter?
People deserve human rights. Period.
Sure. So the problem is this: is that if you did vote for Trump, even if these were not your intentions, he and his administration, really Republicans, are absolutely targeting the LGBT plus community via legislation and executive orders. And I can certainly give you examples. Absolutely, yeah. I can.
You read my mind.
So, one of the executive orders put forward by Trump banned gender-affirming care for anyone under the age of 19, not even 18, but 19. Okay, and I don't think the government should be playing a role in people's bodies or medical care, even if you disagree with gender-affirming care. That shouldn't be dictated by the government.
Okay, so let's define gender affirming care.
Sure.
Okay.
So what's your understanding of it?
So, from what I understand, gender affirming care is one of them would be hormone blockers, and the obvious one would be surgery.
Those are two examples, rather, of gender affirming care. It's really an umbrella term. So that actually makes up a small percentage of what makes up gender affirming care. Most of it's actually things that are they're not interventions in the sense that wearing the hair that you want. So if you're, say, like a trans girl, maybe growing your hair a little bit, growing your hair out, or wearing what would be classified as feminine clothing or whatever, just so they can feel more comfortable in who they are, right? That's a form of gender affirming care. Or referring to somebody as she, her, they, he is, whatever. If that's how they want to be referred to, that's also a form of gender affirming care. Therapy as well. Thank you, Steph. Therapy too.
Also, I was going to say therapy and counseling. Yeah.
The only pronouns that I don't use are the Z's there, because in my opinion they're just made up.
I mean, everything is made up, but literally everything in the world is made up.
It wasn't an English word before they decided to go ahead and they're like, I want to that.
Well, but that's the case with anything. Well, listen, I've spoke to countless transgender individuals here on this app. I've never heard anyone ever use that pronoun. It seems like I'm not going to say it's a made up thing, but I've just never really heard it. Secondly, every word ever is made up. There's always words that develop over time, right? Like the word woke, for example, we were talking about that earlier. That probably wasn't a term 500 years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
the word "ze" is actually a pronoun in Dutch, so it not in English, but it is a pronoun in Dutch.
Okay, I was not aware of that.
So back to the gender affirming care, though. Again, whether you agree with it or not, I would hope to think that you would agree that the government should stay out of people's choices in terms of what they do with their own body or what they do with their medical decisions. I just don't think that's a government's role to do, to say you should do this or you can't get this sort of medical care.
Okay.
Would you agree with that or no?
I agree with you to a point. I mean, I think that there is a point where someone needs to go ahead and step in and protect kids from people that are trying too hard. Because I've seen.
What does trying too hard mean, Felix?
I'm about ready to explain that if you'll give me a chance.
Go ahead.
So, I have seen in this town that I live in a woman that dresses her child up as in boys' clothes or girls' clothes alternately, and the child's not even 2 yet.
But there's no such thing as boy or girl clothing. That's like a societal thing that we have kind of made up over time. But who gives a shit? It's clothes.
I mean, let's not. I mean, predominantly worn by men or women.
But why does that matter, though? Like, what's the harm? Other than it goes against what you've always known, inherently, what's the problem with a little boy or little girl wearing quote-unquote girl or boy clothing? Like, there's no harm at all being done.
Well, but also, I would argue that babies just look like potatoes, right? It doesn't matter all babies look the same, which is why I would they do all look like potatoes.
My stepmom says that newborn babies look like Winston Churchill.
And there's a comedian, and I can't remember their name, but they did a Netflix special, and they were talking about how putting a bow on a baby's head is like putting a bangle on a potato, right? There's just no point in like biologically we're not supposed to be able to tell whether babies are boys or girls from their looks alone, and we could dress all babies in like brown for the entirety of their for the entirety of the time that they are a baby, and it would make no difference whatsoever.
Okay. Well, it looks like you and I are going to disagree, and that's cool. People have opinions, but I'll go ahead and I'll leave you guys to your thing. You enjoy your day.
Okay. Thank you. I don't know. I guess the government should intervene, and I guess the government, their role, everybody, is to tell you what clothing you should wear. So if you guys are wearing the wrong clothing, the government will tell you otherwise.
I want to say, when we were kids, my brother is 3 years younger than I am, and for the most part, the clothes that he wore as a baby and a toddler were my hand-me-downs, because we both wore dungarees, and my mum was into denim, so we both wore dungarees, and we both wore pretty much the same clothes for the whole of our baby and toddler stages, because he got my hand-me-downs, and I hated wearing a skirt. I still actually don't like wearing a skirt particularly. I would never choose to wear a skirt, and I only do really when I'm going to something that requires some kind of formal dress, because I just don't find it comfortable.
I've dated a few people who where she just like when in particular, she never really wore what, like, I guess again a society would say is like, girl clothing. I mean, she would always wear like jeans and a shirt, but I don't think I ever saw her in a dress or anything along those lines. It just wasn't something she liked to wear, and that's fine.
I just need to translate a word from British English to American English. the word dungarees means overalls. So, you know, like when you're a little kid, you wear like an all-in-one situation for a lot of, or a t-shirt with overalls over the top. We both just wore them for because it was easy, but we call those dungarees. So, yeah.
My stepmom, she calls, maybe this is a British thing, I don't know. She calls like shorts like dung campers. Is that what she calls them? Dung campers? Is
Oh
that
no,
British
I've
thing?
never heard that.
Never heard that?
Never heard that.
I don't know where that term comes from. Dung campers? Let me look it up.
We do call a no, dungarees are like, you know, overalls where they have like a strap that goes, I'm just explaining to the comments, where they have a strap that goes over the shoulder rather than like sleeves and stuff. That would be what we would call dungarees. But yeah, we pretty much wore the same thing. I've got pictures of me and him wear bib overalls. There we go. That's dungarees.
Here we go. Dung campers. Okay. I know it's not crazy. An English expression and used by sailors in the Royal Navy before the Second World War. It refers to large, baggy, and shapeless underwear. Okay.
Sort of
Interesting.
like a pantaloon situation.
Yeah, I mean, she, facetiously calls them that. She's not serious. Like, anytime I wear shorts, she just calls it that, just sort of as a half joke. Yeah, dung campers. Yeah. I don't know. DUNG space, yeah, HAMPERS. Hey, everyone, if you are in opposition, please hit the request button there at the bottom of the screen. If you're watching on the tube, please do subscribe, and vice versa. If you're watching on TikTok, please do sub to me on the tube. It's Dougielifts. Watch on the tube, follow me on TikTok. If you guys have not sent your daily heart me, please go ahead and do so. I'd appreciate that. What do you think, guys? Do you guys want to restart? I mean, I don't think at this point we're really getting a flow of guests at all. So if you guys want to have more guests, I think it may require a restart.
There we go. There's me and my brother when we were children. Him wearing my hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
With my dad.
Hey, you guys look very similar. Can I make it bigger?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay. Oh yeah, you got what's the age difference?
Like 2 years, 9 months ish.
Okay. Yeah, you guys look very similar there, of course. So you know what.
Yeah, I want to point out I'm now 5'1" and he's 6'4", so I don't quite know what happened. But yeah.
Stole all of the inches.
Yeah.
I can see some resemblance with your dad though, and you. So a little bit of a resemblance.
We both look like my dad more than my mum for sure.
Same with all my siblings, actually. None of my siblings look like my mom.
My brother and I facially look very alike, but because he's 6'4" and I'm 5'1", nobody ever looks at our faces on a level with one another, so they don't tend to notice.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to have to restart here, okay? So make sure you give me a quick follow if you don't already. People on the tube, I'm not restarting there, so just hang tight. It's going to be real quick, guys. I'm going to end it, start it. So it's going to be like 10 seconds, okay? I'll see everybody incredibly fucking shortly. We are back. And better than ever, possibly, but probably not. All right, what's the deal here? Let's check it out. What is up, everybody? Stacy, hello. Leftist Lisa, hello. Siren, hello. How are you? Farron, how are you? Rachel, hello. And if you guys can help get the live off to a good start. The beginning of the live is always sort of important to get the live off to a good start. That's just kind of how it is. So if you guys, I know most of you already sent in your heart me, so you can't send it again. But if you guys can at least get the taps, like the likes on up and the shares on up, that'd be great. Just make sure you don't spam share. But certainly get the shares on up. Let's try to get to 10,000 likes rather quickly if we can, and then we'll roll from there. But if you are in opposition, I know we just started, so there may not be many of all here, but if you are in opposition, you just hear the background prompt. There's a request button at the bottom of the screen. Let's take a pink and blue person. Unheaven, hello. Or not hello, thank you. I don't know why I said hello, but I guess hello. We are back, Lisa. Yes, we are. Josiah, hello. God damn it. All right. What's up, KSOS? KSOS? Hello? Mary, hello. How are you? All right, let me put my phone away because I get distracted. Even though when I'm doing this, I get distracted. I am attached to my phone.
What's good, MAGA?
Hello.
How you doing?
I don't see you on screen. I hear you, but whatever. Hello. What's going on?
Okay. I mean, I'm looking at your prompt. What has
No,
Trump done
I
to?
I just need to know your age, please. Just it's for TikTok terms of service. I just need to know your age.
What?
I just need to know your age to make sure you're above 18. You just have to state it out loud.
Yeah, I'm above 18. Why would I be on TikTok?
There's plenty of people who are on TikTok that are below the age of 18. It's just something I have to ask. Anyways,
Man, I'm old. I'm old, man.
Okay, that's fine, man. That's fine. It's something I have to ask everybody.
Stop being all
All
weird,
right,
dude. Already.
dude. I have to ask this to every person. You're not special, okay? Now, what's your issue with the
That's kind of
background?
strange.
Okay, cool.
I think it's inaccurate. I think
It's TikTok terms of
inaccurate.
service. Okay, why?
I think it's inaccurate. I think you guys are paranoid for some reason. And I'm trying to figure out what it is about Trump that makes him anti-LGBTQ.
So
what is the IA? I don't know what it is.
Do you mind if I talk? Do you mind if I talk?
What is the IA? What is the IA, though?
So just shut your mouth for a quick second so I can find your fucking
you're crashing out already.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me what's incorrect
What is the
about
IA?
the background prompt. What is incorrect about the background prompt? You're going to engage in the conversation. You're not going to just say random shit, okay?
I just told you he's done nothing that's anti-LGBTQ.
Well, unfortunately for you, and unfortunately for you, unfortunately, that's something that you can Google on your own time, sir. So, anyways, when it comes to Trump,
you got all the knowledge.
Great. Look it up on your own time if you care enough, okay? Now, anyways, to answer your question of what Trump has done,
Erica, stop muting me, please.
Yeah, so just shut your mouth, then people won't mute you. That's how this works. Erica, it's not all to a good start, buddy. Great. Nobody's doing that. Okay. Anyways, there's been multiple executive orders put forward by Trump that has targeted the LGBT plus community. Okay? We can go through the executive orders.
Dude?
Don't get so angry, man. It's really not healthy to be this angry.
Crashing out, man. I'm asking a question.
Yeah, so I'm going to go through all of the executive orders. We're going to go ahead and pull them up over here, okay? Just because you're too lazy to do it yourself. But
you're the one that has the question. I'm just asking you exactly what has he done.
Yeah, so right here. So
you
here we
got
go.
A problem with him.
So he has kicked transgender.
Are you a part of
I'm answering your question, so shut your mouth. He has kicked transgender people, near 15,000 of them, out of the military, banned gender-affirming care for anybody under the age of 18, or 19, rather. Those are two right there. Let's see. Ending illegal discrimination, restoring merit-based opportunity. ending radical and wasteful government DEI programs and preferencing, ending radical indoctrination in K through 12 schooling, keeping men out of women's sports, prioritizing military excellence and readiness, which I already mentioned, protecting children from chemical and surgical mutilation, which I already did mention as well. There you go.
Dude,
I
can
gave
we
you
go
those.
line by line? Why you got to jump through all these hoops for?
You asked the one.
What's up
You
with
asked what
that?
he did. You asked what he did, and I
Okay,
gave you a
you said
response.
he removed. Who did he remove from the military?
Transgender individuals.
He never removed transgender from the military.
Great. I'm going to read the
Where'd
executive
you
order
get
right
that
here.
from?
His executive order 14183, prioritizing military excellence and readiness. So that's where it happens. And plus, I know people on this app that are transgender who were in the military that did get kicked out. So yeah, he did. Why would we make that up? That'd be weird. Anyways, you can unmute in response. Guys, make sure you keep tapping, please. We can get you a new guest at 25,000 likes. And assuming we have somebody in a request box we can get to, of course. But we are looking for opposition, okay? So if you voted for Trump, hit the request button. No, sir, you gotta unmute yourself, okay? Go ahead. Okay, I assume that you're just screaming into the microphone right now, not knowing that we can't hear you. So you have to unmute yourself to speak. Okay, well, he's just figuring out whatever the fuck he's trying to figure out. Let's just get to the next one, okay? Based on this person's name, it's probably going to be a fun conversation. Hello, MAGA.
How you doing, man?
Good, man. I just need to know your age, please, before we move forward.
32.
Cool. What's up?
Are we doing the prompt, or do you have other topics?
Yeah. No, the prompt.
Why do you hate the LGBTQIA plus? That's a lot of letters. Community. Plain and simple, because it's icky stuff, man.
What specifically is icky?
Boys and boys, girls and girls, miscellaneous question marks with miscellaneous question marks. I think that the debauchery is icky.
Okay. So if something's icky, that means we should throw legislation and executive orders towards them that take away things that they can do on a daily basis?
No. This is just on the basis of whether I hate it or not, right? This isn't a legislation question. Why would I legislate in someone else's body?
Why? I mean, you voted for a guy that did, so.
I mean, what form of legislation has he put against the alphabet people?
Yeah, well, there's new. I just read 5 or 6 executive orders that this is Trump specifically doing it. You can't even pin it on Republicans or anything. This is Trump specifically. The Executive Order 14168, defending women from gender ideology extremism and restoring biological truth to the federal government. Whatever the goddamn fuck that means.
Yeah,
more to the point, why the fuck would you come into a live that you haven't listened to even for a minute? Because if you had, you would have listened to Doug giving the last guest a list of things that Donald Trump has done. Why would you come in and immediately request? That's just weird.
You were in a request box too when I was reading them.
Yeah, so she's wrong. I was listening. I was listening to you argue with the guy who was on Teacup, not listening to your points. But I think, Erica, your question is kind of irrelevant to the prompt. So I would like to stick back on topic, if you don't mind.
And my question's not irrelevant to the prompt, because you came in and you said, are we talking about other things, or are we talking about the prompt? And then when Doug said we're talking about the prompt, you had to read the prompt, because apparently for the entire time you'd been in here before that, you hadn't even bothered to read the background. So it's absolutely relevant to what's on the background, because you apparently didn't read it till you got up here.
So here's one of them, but you asked what he did, and I'm going to give you an example. This is Executive Order 14187, protecting children from chemical and surgical mutilation, which is just a very odd way of phrasing it. So, referring to gender-affirming care, why do you think it's the government's decision to dictate somebody's body and their medical care?
The government has always had dictation over bodies and medical care. That's what the government does. When it came to
But that's something I'm advocating against. I don't think the government knows better to do with my body than I do.
Sure. So you can take in consideration, what was it called, where they lobotomize people. That was a permitted practice in far-reaching science, and the government
look how
dictated
that.
against that. Correct.
Okay.
So we outlawed it, right? Hang on. We outlawed it because it was medical malpractice to
It
some,
wasn't.
and the government didn't.
But it wasn't the
I'd like to-
government that did that. But hold on, though. It was the medical community that ended up over time realizing, hey, this is not something that's effective, right? It wasn't the government doing so. It was science.
were legislated against prior to being ended. So the last lobotomy actually known was JFK's sister, and it was implemented by her family or power of attorneys, or however you want to consider it. But it was a legislative prompt.
No, that's false. I just looked it up. There is no specific legislation banning lobotomies in the United States. And if there is, please tell us the bill.
Sorry, give me a second. I gotta pull up the resource.
Cool.
Keep tapping and sharing, guys. If you're joining live, click the red follow button, give Erica a follow, and show her a little bit of support, guys. She's got 1 coin. I think she should certainly be above that. I also have my gift goal up there. If you guys want to help reach that, pay links are in bio. While it's not needed or anything like that, I do appreciate it, of course. And we'll get to, again, a new guest at 25,000 likes.
So what I just read said there is no federal legislation concerning lobotomies. However, there are individual states that ban what they call psychosurgery. So there isn't any federal legislation.
Correct. So it was having to deal with bodily autonomy, which I think the...
No. You said there was legislation that was passed. So what's the legislation?
Give me 1 second here.
And to everybody watching on the tube, again, make sure you give me a subscription if you're enjoying the live.
We have legislation out of California, which would be California Code.
Okay, but you said it was federally. Right. I'm just going to point out to you, I just said there are certain states that ban it, but it is not federally banned. You said it was federally banned, the federal government.
Can I get a fact check on that? I never said federally banned.
You absolutely did. You said it was banned in the United States, which means the federal government.
I guarantee you I did not. So if you guys want to play back the tape, I definitely did not say federally banned.
When we say something is banned in the United States,
you have a narrative.
No, but listen, but MAGA, you're trying to weasel your way out of this. To what she said, if you're saying something's banned in the U.S., that automatically implies it's federally banned. Now, you can just say, "Hey, I misspoke." Well, you easily can say here, "Hey, I misspoke," or "I was incorrect." That's something you're allowed to do. That's okay.
By the way, who did you say was the last person that had one before the legislation was passed?
I said there was one of the last major cases was JFK's sister.
Okay, and did she live in California?
I'm not sure, but you're walking away from the point.
No, I'm not walking away from the point because you cited California banned it, but the person you're talking about is from a well-known Massachusetts family.
So this explains why you have 6 coins, because you talk over guests and you're a moderator.
No, actually, the reason I have 6 coins is because
we just started the goddamn live.
We just started the live. In the last live, I had 1.7k coins, and we restarted.
Well,
and by the way,
she's well above 6 now. So.
I do not understand what bait is.
So there goes your talking point, though. So remember when you said that her opinions hold less weight because of her lack of coinage? Well, there goes that.
Keep talking over me. Anyways, prior to 6 coins.
Thank you, guys, by the way.
No weight.
So now it does. Now it does. Now it holds more weight. Good.
Presumably, your opinion then has never had any weight in here since I've never seen you with 1 coin.
I mean, I'm in opposition territory. Of course, I'd have less.
Yeah, but if you were saying correct things, you would have more coinage.
That's not true. I would have popular coinage. Correct and popular are two different things.
Well, listen, man, is there anything that you wanted to state more towards the prompt? Because we were talking about government intervention in people's bodies, and we kind of skirted a little bit away from that. So let's just get back to it. Why is it the government's decision to tell these people what to do, given that we already know that gender-affirming care is extremely beneficial towards lowering people's self-unaliving rates, lowering their depression, anxiety, and substance abuse? Significantly, rather.
So I'd have to see the numbers on those rates if that's to be the case. But if you're stating that he's made situations against the infringement upon the protected class of women from the LGBTQIA, then I do think that's a good position because women are a protected biological class, and then we had trans men or trans women going into their spaces.
Women can't be a protected biological class because woman isn't a biological word.
Yeah, you might be referring to females. Yeah, you might be referring. And what's up, Corey? How you doing, man?
Howdy.
Sorry, that was loud. Yeah, so looks like now we're going to restrooms now, or sports. I don't know where we're at. So I guess you have an issue with trans men and trans women going into their respective restrooms or locker rooms?
Those aren't their respective locker rooms or restrooms. They're biological or at birth assigned.
Okay, tell me what's the harm. Tell me what's the harm of a trans man going into a men's restroom or a trans woman going to a women's restroom? Where's the harm?
It's irregular in the case where the biological person who is infringing upon the other person's space is more powerful. There is a likelihood of assault.
Okay, so it's all men, right? You're indicating that men are inherently problematic.
I mean, trans women are biologically men, so yes.
Well, again, gender is not a biological thing; it's a psychosocial contract. So you're saying it's harming women. Trans women going into the men's restroom is harming cis women. You're saying. Where does this happen, though? Can you show me where this is happening? Where this harm is being done?
Hey, give me 1 second. I'll pull up the article.
I can, Doug. I can tell you where the harm is happening. It's at Miss America pageants is where the harm is happening. At Miss America pageants. When Donald Trump goes,
cis man going into it. Yeah.
Presumably those young girls were also part of the protected class of female, and therefore deserve to have their dressing room not be invaded by a man. Presumably.
I do have a question based on this idea, though, because you seem to be discussing like this power dynamic. Let me just, like, for the sake of conversation real quick, grant this just for like funsies. So do you oppose trans men going into men's bathrooms because by your logic there would not be that power dynamic?
To a certain extent, I think that there's a power dynamic for those biological men in that restroom for that trans man.
So you just think all men are the problem?
No, not all men. There is a majority of sexual assaults that do base in biological men.
Well, that's cool. So I mean, I'm just trying to figure this out, though, because, like, by that logic, right, no bathroom's safe for anybody at any time as long as men exist, which I think is just a greater issue and has nothing to do with somebody being trans. So, like, it doesn't really seem to make any sense to me.
So if that doesn't make any sense to you, I completely understand. But let me go ahead and support my statement. This is from Fox 32, Chicago. Transgender woman convicted of sexually assaulting 10-year-old girl in bathroom. A transgender Wyoming woman was convicted Thursday of sexually assaulting a 10-year-old girl inside a bathroom. Michelle Martinez, who was known as Miguel Martinez before identifying as female, was found guilty of first-degree and second-degree sexual abuse of a minor and could face up to 70 years in prison.
Okay, no, cool. So, like, you're identifying I'm sorry, Doug.
Yeah, nobody's saying zero trans people have ever done anything wrong. Humans, in general, sometimes do shitty things. Trans, cis, gay, straight, whatever the fuck. You're trying to extrapolate that to the entire population of trans individuals, when actually, statistically speaking, they actually don't commit these crimes at any higher rates. In fact, they're lower rates than cis people. So you should feel safer around them, if anything.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, right? You're citing specific incidences, ignoring that in general
this group is significantly less likely to cause harm, and that, like, in general, you're still more likely to be, as a cis woman or a trans woman, you're still more likely to be harmed by a cis man than anything else. So, like, I mean, again, kind of seems like cis men are the issue far more, even if you identify a handful of incidences in which trans men or women were also a problem.
So it's interesting that you guys negated that situation around that young girl's sexual assault.
No, nobody's negating it. Nobody's negating it. It's a terrible thing that happened. What I'm pointing out, though, is you can't use a single incident to demonize an entire group of people or unfairly bias laws against them.
It's not unfair. You can just not have the situation be even occurable. So we understand that there is a margin of risk in daily life. We understand that there's statistical analysis in regards to sexual-based offenses. But if we don't have to have that risk at all, why not just not have that risk at all?
Hold on. You brought up statistics. Is there any actual evidence when we look at the statistics that opening access to restrooms to trans individuals has actually led to an increase in harm towards cis women?
I don't have that information.
No, you don't, because it doesn't exist.
Well, can I point something else out as well? So when you force people to go into the bathroom that aligns with their sex rather than their gender, what you are then doing is forcing trans men who look far more like men than most trans women do to go into women's bathrooms.
Give me a second. I gotta,
if you have a big hairy trans man going into a bathroom, what's to stop a cis het man from saying they're a trans man and going into a bathroom? Because surely that would be far easier to abuse, actually. If we're already having trans men come into women's bathrooms who ostensibly, for many, will grow things like facial hair because it's gender affirming for them. Okay, so if we're having like big bearded men, there we go, Corey showing us what a beard looks like. If we're having big bearded men walking into women's, well, you had your hand over your your beard. Yeah, you were hiding your beard behind a bushel. Anyway, if I would say that that's actually far more dangerous because actually on the there's no way for me to tell whether somebody is a trans man or a cis man just by looking at them.
Sure. So you stated earlier that sex was a biological fact and then gender was a social construct, correct?
Psychosocial.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So then why must we provide variances in our society based on delusion if
No,
the
can you address hang on, can you address my actual point, because you've just pivoted from the point
I was asking you a question because you asked me why should we not allow these male looking or men looking women into men's restroom or women's restrooms if there's going to be a higher risk of a man looking man going into those women's restroom. I would say because they're not applying this social delusion that we all allegedly have of this gender, right? Why are they so desperate to be counterculture or cultured, however they want to go?
No, they're not right. You misunderstand. They're not. Trans people are not desperate to be counterculture. If you talk to most trans people, they will tell you that their life has been that being trans has made their life inordinately harder than their life would have been if they were not trans, and that if they could make other people not be trans and not have to go through what they've had to go through in their lives, then they would do that. We know that because we've spoken with trans people on this multiple times. It is a
tangent of what? Do you have a point for the tangent?
No, you went off on a tangent. It wasn't. I asked you a specific question regarding doesn't it actually make it more dangerous when there are trans men going into women's bathrooms who look like cis men, rather than people who've had to make the effort to go out of their way to look different in order to go into a women's bathroom, who have at least had to go through the process of going out and buying different clothes or buying a wig or wearing makeup or doing those things to feminize themselves. This just means what you're proposing just means that any big old hairy chap who decides to walk into a women's bathroom can do so and say that they belong there because they are a
All right, guys, real quick. 30K likes. We can get to a new guest. There's a bunch of people in the request box. We're only looking for ops. If you guys want a new guest, 30K likes. Okay, go ahead, MAGA.
So for a population who has done so much to condemn social construct, they're putting in so much effort to apply the social construct of gender. Now, I can respect the effort. How about they also put in the effort to finding either a gender-neutral bathroom or not imposing their position on those of a vulnerable class already established?
Have you ever needed a pee in your life,
Yeah.
Evan? Okay.
And
when you need a pee, I'm a person I'm perimenopausal right now. So if I need a pee, I need a pee immediately. Right? There are no ifs, ands, or buts. If there is not a women's bathroom, I'm going into whatever bathroom that I can go into to use it. Right? Your idea that people, when they need a pee, should hunt around all over a town for a gender neutral bathroom that may not in fact exist in that town, or they should give themselves UTIs by waiting. And in fact, again, there are many trans people who are actually now at the point where they are scared to use a public bathroom.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Corey.
I was going to say, it's also very interesting to me because you're saying, before they place this onto a vulnerable group, essentially increasing risk of harm. But you have to actually demonstrate that this increases risk of harm outside of imagination land. Which is why I asked you, do you have anything that backs up this idea that women are actually being faced with more harm by bathrooms being opened up to trans individuals? And you can't show it because that data doesn't exist.
Doug, can I just say, hang on a minute, MAGA, hang on a minute. Can I just say, hang on. Can I just say Laken's in the comments and would like to come up?
Yeah, Laken, for sure. Sorry, Laken.
That would be entirely appropriate.
I'm happy to drop down for Laken if you don't want it to be overcrowded.
No, it's okay. You're good. Hey, Laken, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, you're welcome to chime in. Yeah, good.
Before they speak, respond to Corey.
What'd you say?
I'd like to respond to Corey, and then hear you out. Corey made the claim that if I find that there is a marginal increase in regards to sexually based offenses towards women, that you would concede you would start using women's restrooms, or that all trans people will follow suit, or what's the basis?
I'm saying that you're claiming that this increases harm towards another marginalized group. I'm assuming you're implying that it increases harm to women. But you can't just say it does so in a hypothetical. You need to demonstrate that this is happening in reality. And what we've seen in reality is that there is no increased level of incidence against women simply by allowing more women to utilize the restroom. It doesn't exist.
Would you say from 0 to 1 is an increase, or is that a decrease?
No, because you have no evidence that this stuff wouldn't happen outside of it, right? If the actual statistics do not show an increase in harm happening, you do not get to make this claim, even if you can highlight a single incident.
So now you're applying a hypothetical fact that sexually based offense would occur externally or no matter what of a restroom. When in
That's
reality,
what you're doing.
I'm saying that a single incident does not. I'm saying that a single incident does not a statistic make.
That does not a statistic make? Yes, it certainly does. It's literally an increase of
If you don't understand statistics, sure. But unfortunately for anybody who took, I don't know, a high school class on the subject, they'd understand that your silly goose idea of identifying a single event and labeling it as like an increase in harm overall is very silly.
It's
right, like
math.
I can give you plenty of examples of a cis man assaulting somebody in the restroom. Should we then say cis men shouldn't go into restrooms? I mean, that would make people safer, though. But you know,
what's fun is like I go to these public establishments called bars on occasion, and in these places called bars, we have both men and women's restrooms oftentimes. However, sometimes someone does not want to wait to use one restroom, so they go to the other one, right? Like that happens far more often on a daily basis than a trans person going into a restroom. So, like, I'm just pointing out that, like, if we were to highlight one incident happening because of that, right, would we say, oh, we need to ban anybody ever going into another restroom just because it's empty?
I thought you guys
were that's basically the argument.
I thought you guys were the proponents of it's all men till it's no men. What happened to that?
It is all men till it's no men.
Yeah, this isn't in conflict. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so MAGA, I have a question for you. What bathroom should I go into?
A gender-neutral restroom or the bathroom
No. There is a men's bathroom and a women's bathroom. What bathroom do you want me to go into?
Are you a biological woman?
I want you to look at me. I want you to tell me what bathroom do I go into. Here, I'll get a little closer. Do you see the beard? Do you see the mustache? Where do I go?
Well, now I definitely say you'd go in the women's restroom because that's not a beard. No man would call that a beard.
Let's see. Put it on your camera.
Now you're playing.
Turn on your camera. MAGA, turn on your camera.
I'm not turning on my camera. Why are we doing that?
Yeah, let's see your beard. I want to make sure you're a man because if you don't have one, you're not a man.
I know several.
Turn on your goddamn camera.
Can't grow beards.
Turn on your goddamn camera.
I know several men that can't grow beards. So you're just playing now. So again, without being an asshole, what bathroom should I go into?
Can I ask you a question? What's your biological gender?
It doesn't matter. What bathroom should I go into?
Well, then, if you're saying it doesn't matter, I disagree. It matters. Go into the restroom of your biological gender.
It does not matter.
Hang on, I just want to point out to you, the word biological and gender do not go together. There is no such thing as a biological gender.
He's never stepped foot into a biology class. My biology degree would put him to shame. Again.
Guys, remember 30K likes we can get to a new guest. Sorry.
What bathroom do I go into?
Yeah, I said the restroom of your biological gender. That's where I'm
biological and gender don't go together. Sex and gender are different.
Cool. Your biological sex then. How about that?
Okay.
How do you determine that?
Yeah. How would you determine that? Based on how I look. I don't have.
So here's the thing. Is I'm not in control of your legs. You would determine that because you're an autonomous adult. So go to the restroom.
How would you determine my sex?
Well, I mean, are you asking me how I would determine it? I would hear how you sound, and then I think you're just a butch lady.
Nope.
That's what I would assume.
So you want me with my hairy chest, with my beard, my mustache, in the women's restroom. Yet you are so afraid of trans women being in the women's restroom, you're going to get people like me, people like Doug, because my spouse looked pretty much like Doug, in the women's bathroom.
To my understanding, Smezians
you
have
are dumb
for first offenses. So yeah, I'd be really comfortable with you in a women's restroom.
What?
What'd you just say?
What?
I just, again,
the LBG has a really low contact for sexually based offenses. So I would assume you would do great.
LGBTQ. Don't forget the T, because we've always been here, and we're actually the reason why The rest of it has rights because we actually helped the gay population when the AIDS epidemic was there. So did the lesbian population. So again, you want people like me and Doug, because again, my spouse has a glorious beard, kind of like Doug, in the women's bathroom. But yet you're afraid of trans women who look like Erica or any other cis woman in the. You're afraid of them being in the women's room
with another man.
You would rather them.
With
You
another
would
chick.
rather
You're a
them.
chick, dude.
I'm
What are we
not a
talking about?
chick.
You're a chick.
No.
But once again, MAGA, who's going to enforce this? Are we going to have
Right.
somebody? Are we going to have somebody outside each restroom karyotyping these people or checking their genitals? How do we enforce
So
this? Please.
Here's a great thing we have. It's called law enforcement agents. I would hope that the
So they're going to
person with
stand
the law-
outside. They're going to stand outside each restroom and check people's genitals and karyotype them to see what their chromosomes are.
They're going to be called when the law is broken.
Oh, but this is the problem.
But
This is
how
the
would you
problem with
know?
that. I don't know if anybody's aware. You probably all are. Be quiet. You probably all are. I'm your mummy now, so you be quiet. So I don't know if anyone's aware of this, but does anyone remember the Derby weekend last year when a lesbian
I was about to bring something up kind of like that, Erica.
Yeah, where a cis lesbian was manhandled out of a women's bathroom by a security guard because they thought that person was a trans woman and they weren't. They were a cis woman. So again, what you're now doing is you're not only advocating against the LGBTQIA plus, you're advocating against cis men who look a bit feminine, and you're advocating against cis women who look a bit butch.
All right, we have 30K.
I know he's not on the panel now.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's not on the panel now, but I want everybody in here to realize this is not a trans woman. This is not a trans man. This is just a lesbian woman. She was assaulted by cis men who walked in after her into the women's restroom and beat the ever-loving hell out of her because they thought she was trans. Trying to police bathrooms because of trans women are deadly to cis women and all this bullshit is wrong.
Absolutely. It is harmful
ahead.
towards. I just wanted to blow up the picture so people can see
This right here is what you are advocating for. You are not saving women. You are harming people.
But I was just going to point out, Laken, that that it's apparently okay for cis men to go into women's bathrooms in order to drag out people who they think might be trans. That's fine.
Yeah, I was chased into a bathroom even before I ever came out, before I ever started taking hormones, because someone thought I was a man going into a woman's bathroom, and I hadn't come out. I hadn't started anything. I just had a short haircut. My voice hadn't dropped or anything, and I had a man follow me into the bathroom.
Okay. We do have a sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We do have a new guest up here.
No, you're good.
Yeah, let me go ahead and just say hi to him real quick. Liberal, what's up? How you doing?
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I just need to know your age, please, for TikTok terms of service.
Good to hear. I'm 20.
Cool. What is up?
Can I ask the tail-old question of what is a woman?
Yeah,
sure.
It's anyone who covers their drink when you enter a room.
Or somebody that crosses the street when you are on the same side of them.
Can you give me like an actual definition?
What are you
because
what are you hoping to get out of this? What's your end goal from this conversation?
Well, I want to see if your guys' definition holds up under scrutiny of what a woman is, because if we don't have a coherent definition of a woman, then
he's trying to play gotcha.
I want a genuine question to that answer, if that's okay.
I can give you one. It is
Okay,
going to
I'd love
be the
that.
same for what is a man. It is going to be someone who is an adult who has the sorry, I'm at work. It is a adult who's hold on 1 second. I have feedback.
I mean, I always just go with the gender identity, typically aligned with more feminine traits in society, oftentimes but not always attributed to that of the female sex.
Yes,
So
that and
Yeah, that's fine.
their social construct aligns with that of the female sex as well.
Yeah, mine
interesting.
I'm
would.
still getting
I'm
weird feedback.
My
Does anybody else hear that?
Can I just ask Liberal a question? What's your definition of what a woman is?
An adult human female.
Okay,
But
cool.
under your guys' definition, hold on.
Stop. So name us a characteristic that every female has, then, that every woman has.
Sure, I'd love to do that, but let's do like one question. I ask one question, I answer.
And
Now
you
I'll ask you
answered
guys a
my
question. Then you guys can come
my
back to me.
question.
I
You
did. I
answered
said
my
an adult
question,
human
so
female.
I asked you a question in return. Give us one characteristic.
Yeah. So I asked you
Give
guys a
us
question,
one
and then you
character.
asked me a question. So I'm gonna.
No, you don't dictate here. Give us one characteristic that every woman has.
Yeah, this isn't your Discord server. We're going to direct the conversation to keep it productive.
Well, I mean, it seems pretty bad faith that you guys are up here like dictating the conversation. I asked you guys a
we
question.
dictate the conversation. We dictate the conversation because Doug dictates the conversation because this is his live. So name us one characteristic that is common to every woman, in your opinion.
Sure, a uterus and XY chromosomes. Now, can I ask you guys a question?
Okay, what about women who don't have? What about women who don't have a uterus or XY chromosomes?
When there's two sex categories, male and female. When there are some abnormalities, that does not make a third category. So
hang on.
Yes,
No. But not
there
all.
are two sexes.
But not. Hang on. But not all females have XY chromosomes, correct?
Well, there are a few abnormalities like XXY, XYY.
Hang on,
whatever.
but
hold on. I'm answering your question.
Hold on, wait. Time out. For a second. I want you to tell me, do women have XX or XY chromosomes?
XY.
Are you 100%? Wait, hold on. I will bet you $100 that you are wrong.
Okay, I got the chromosomes wrong. What does that add to the conversation?
It shows that you don't have a baseline understanding of this.
Biology.
Well, you guys don't know biology because you haven't given me coherent.
I have
you couldn't even give us the correct chromosomes.
Under your guys' definition of woman, would a tomboy be a woman?
Yes.
A tomboy is a woman?
Identify as
they could be. They could be.
Wait, so it's nothing other than identity then?
Yeah.
Every
that's
gender.
That's what gender is. That's what gender is.
Wait, hold on. Do you guys realize that violates the law of identity? That violates the law of identity. Yes, it does.
It doesn't violate the
It
law of
certainly
identity.
does.
No, it's not. No, it's not a. It's not P or not P. It does not violate the law of identity.
Yes, it does.
No, it
Would you like me
doesn't.
to explain why?
There's no logical fallacy being included here. So don't try and be a Philbro, dude. You're
So
really
hold on. Under your guys' definition, a woman is somebody who typically has the characteristics of femininity. Is that right? I don't want to strawman you guys.
Somebody may give that
femininity.
So it's nothing other than identity.
Like every other gender identity, yes.
It's incoherent.
It's not incoherent. It's just an identity, guy.
Your inability to understand something doesn't make it incoherent.
Well,
yeah, like Peabody just said, his PFP is Groiper.
Yeah, it's like a Groiper thing. Yeah,
he's a
Groiper Philbro. We already knew this.
Yeah, he's not worth it.
If I identified as a woman right now, would you guys take me seriously in that?
No, because you're
Oh wait, interesting.
So
wait, but I thought it was nothing other than identity.
Well, that's not your identity. That's you lying.
We already know that you have an issue.
How do you know that I'm lying?
Wait, no, hold on.
I think everybody knows you're lying, liberal.
Why do you think that?
No, liberal.
How do you
Hold on.
quantify
Here's
that?
the thing, right? If I knew nothing about you, right? If you were coming in a vacuum and you just said, "Hey, I identify as a woman," right? And I have no reason to doubt that, then yeah, I would take you at your word because I would have no reason to mistrust you. However, given additional data now having been provided by your own inability to recognize how gender works and your belief in the idea that gender and sex are the exact same thing, right? I can no longer take you at your word for this.
Well, if they can't be, then gender is nothing other than identity.
Well, on top of that, you have not had a persistent, consistent, and insistent. What's the word that I'm thinking of? To have.
No,
Gender is
I
nothing
see what you're
other
saying.
than identity. You can't tie
But
a
a lot of things
definition.
are identity.
What are the words that I'm
Okay.
thinking of? It's you to being transgender.
So I could be a woman, and you guys would have to take me
Would
seriously.
you
I'm a
stop
woman.
interrupting
Well, no,
me?
we wouldn't.
Wait, why not? You're disrespecting my gender identity.
Okay, cool.
No,
First off,
because what Laken is saying is that before anybody taking anybody seriously saying they are trans, according to the W path, they have to be insistent, consistent, and persistent in the way they identify themselves, right?
thank you.
And
You're better
you
with
have
words than
And
I
how
am
do you
as a
know I'm not
woman.
those things?
you because you haven't been those things. You've been up
Can you prove
here.
that?
Yes, because we've been talking to you. You
That
haven't
doesn't
been.
prove anything. How do you guys
You've
know
been a
my past?
dickhead
You
the
know what?
entire time you've
Get
been
the
up
fuck
here.
out of here. Get the fuck out of
Of
here.
course.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh damn.
I just that's it. Guys, we're looking for opposition, please. We're looking for opposition, please. Preferably ones that can be somewhat genuine, please.
You could drop me down, Doug, if you need to.
All right, Laken. Great having you. Make sure everybody give Laken a follow. Anything else you want to say before I
Thanks,
bring it up?
Laken.
Okay.
Actually, people.
All right, Laken. I'm gonna bring you down. Take care. Okay.
Kill
Shav, hello.
yourself.
Shav, hello. Okay. And then what? Okay. Cool.
No, he just said to
I know,
yourself. I
and
don't know
that's
whether
why
he
I
was
said, and
talking
then
to
what?
us or...
I know. I was just
I
wondering what he
can't do
wanted
it.
me to do after that.
Well, I can't do it because too many fascists would be happy if that happened, and I don't want to make them happy.
Whoever I accidentally invited, don't accept it. It was an accident. Ellie, I think you're a friendly. You're in our request box, but I guess
Can we
I'll try to
have
bring up.
W. Lakens in the chat as well, please?
Yeah.
I just the reason that we know you're being disingenuous when you say, well, I now identify as a woman, is because you use the word now,
right,
when presumably for the time leading up to that now, if I say now that you weren't identifying that way, that shows us that you weren't insistent, persistent, and consistent in your application of your own gender identity. But also you being incredibly insistent that women had XY chromosomes. I was trying to play with my food there, but everybody got a bit overexcited. I agree with him. Some women have XY chromosomes, but most women have XX chromosomes. But there are also a number of other, and saying, well, a defect or whatever he was calling it in your chromosomes. I'm sorry, if anyone exists who is a woman with chromosomes that are not XX, as he meant to say, then he's wrong.
Right.
So I love the idea that literally it doesn't having different chromosomes outside of XX, XY does not make you a different group. It's no, by definition it does.
Yeah, so the definition I typically use, and I think somebody's in the request box, I'll get them in a minute. The definite, and most of you guys may know who Javon is, Javon Bradley. He uses this definition. I like it as far as what is a woman, an adult human whose gender identity aligns with their personal schema of the female sex. And if you want to know what a personal schema is, it's a cognitive framework or a mental structure that organizes information about oneself based on experiences, guiding how an individual processes information, behaves, and perceives their own identity. Everybody has their own personal schema, right? So I think that's a pretty good definition that would fit as far as what is a woman.
Too many big words. Don't understand.
Anyways, if you guys are opposition, please do hit the request button. If you guys are joining live too, click the red follow button in the top left. I go live daily now. I did take a couple weeks off. Besides that, I typically go live daily. So give Corey and Erica a follow as well. No, Lakin, you're good. I understand sometimes it can be difficult when there's a lot of people up, a lot of talking, or if you're not in your usual space to do to talk on a live. I totally get it. You're good. Words are woke. I agree. Every word is woke. I love it when they say, well, that's a word that you guys made up. Well, every goddamn word is made up. Like, there are so many words that we use in society today that are relatively new words. For example, mogging, right? Isn't that a new Gen Z word? Mogging? I don't think that was a word prior to like 5 years ago. It was a made up word.
Yeah. Yeah, I you know what? I don't want to be that old guy now, but every word from Gen Z makes me
It's weird.
angry.
It's weird. It's weird. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Learning what a clavicular was, I'm like, oh, COVID needed to be more effective.
God damn.
I'm joking.
I wish I can go. I wish I can go back to not knowing who clavicular is. Like, that was a better time in my life when I didn't know who he was.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we need another Spanish flu rather than another COVID, because Spanish flu was disproportionately affected younger people rather than older people, as COVID did. So maybe what we need is another Spanish flu.
Or smallpox, and I only say that because Doug and I are inoculated from it. I think Doug is. I know I am.
Yeah. Yep. Have the million goddamn shots I got when I went into the Air Force. I should have the words. Yeah, no, for sure. Dead. Yeah, all new words. For sure. By the way, if you guys haven't not sent in your heart me, if you can go ahead and do so, that'd be great. If you're watching on the tube, I understand it's probably getting a little bit slow over there. Although I am going to paste the phone number, so if you guys want to call in on the tube, you can call this number here that I'm about to put in the comment section. If I can find it. But yeah, make sure you guys do stuff to me on the tube. If you're watching on TikTok, it's Dougielifts, DOUGIELAFTS. Link is in my bio. All right.
I find it. I think I said this a couple of days ago. I find it interesting that the very same group that are advocating against young people receiving gender affirming care are the crossover with them and the people hitting themselves in the face with hammers so that they look better. That Venn diagram is a circle.
All right.
To be fair, I too would like to use a hammer. Anyways.
I feel you, Corey. I feel you.
Clavicular is living everyone's dream because he's hitting clavicular in the face with a hammer.
I still think it's weird the word bitchin'. Like cool was a thing in the 80s, yeah. Yep. And again, people on the tube, my phone number I just put in the comments, so you can call. Oh shit, my phone's about to die. I need to get my charger, but either way, you can still call. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I forever am going to blame Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for making young people not know what the word awesome and radical mean. Because no.
Oh my
when you teach religion, the word awesome, it had a meaning already. And the word radical means somebody who wants to completely change society, it doesn't mean, well, it also means something that's really good.
I was watching. This isn't really relevant to what you said, because I listen to stuff when I go to bed, and I was watching a video on the psychopharmacology of I can't say the substance name. Well, L space D. You guys know the letter in the middle. Whatever, I'll just say LSD. So I was listening to a video on the psychopharmacology of that. I just find that very interesting. Weird, I know. Anyways, they were talking about the chemical structure of it, right? This guy was, at least. And he used the word cis and trans because he was talking about something within the chemical structure that was on the same side of it and something that was on the opposite side of it, of which cis and trans are those prefixes. And it was kind of funny when I heard it, because sometimes we discuss that here, of those prefixes that a lot of people don't seem to understand. They think trans stands for transition. So I just thought that was odd when I heard that. Lithium dioxide? Well, no. the psychedelic substance. L space D.
I can say the other word, the other letter, S.
There you go. Yeah, so anyways, fun fact, I guess.
I still like, I still hark back to the days, Doug, early on of you doing your, in fact, every single time I've watched your seed oils live and someone says, but chemicals are bad.
Oh, gosh.
And then you have to explain that everything is a chemical. And you ask them, and they're like, the longer the name of the chemical, the worse it is for you.
Yep.
And and you do what's water? Dihydrogen
monoxide. Dihydrogen monoxide.
Yeah, dihydrogen monoxide. Yeah. Would you, how would you feel if it said it had dihydrogen monoxide in it?
I know, and they're like, oh no, I can't have that. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I can't have that.
Yeah. Caitlin, yeah, if you're going to do that for the first time, you're going to need a babysitter. They kind of get me too stuck in my head when I take them. Like I get in these thought loops when I take them. I have, and so like, I don't know. Some people love them, but anyways, yeah. But anyways, we can't talk about it too much on the live. But no, you're right, Erica. Like, I hear that so often, and what they mean by a chemical is that, like, oh, a bad thing or whatever, right? But of course, saying chemical sounds bad, and it's just an easy buzzword to use. But yeah, it's ridiculous when I hear it.
So one of the many thousands of things that I teach about is like a balanced diet and kind of healthy eating. And the kids will often say, well, this food is full of chemicals. And I'm like, a banana is full of chemicals. Everything that exists in the world is made from chemicals. And in this case, what we want to talk about is ultra processed foods. Because all foods contain chemicals. They have to, otherwise there would be no nutrition in them.
Right.
I lose my mind every single time someone tries to talk to me about GMOs versus organic food, and I kind of like, gosh. Do you know what organic means?
No, and again, that's another like appeal to nature, right? It's an absolutely appeal to nature. There's been plenty of research done on organic foods. There is no nutritional benefits to organic foods versus its non-organic counterpart. Now, listen, if you have a lot of money and it makes you feel better buying organic food, sure, do it. But I don't think otherwise it's something that you should spend money on, in my opinion.
I don't think I'm wrong in saying this either. A GMO can be organic because organic is to do with the use of pesticides on a food rather than like
yes, I believe you're right. Yeah. Yeah.
I will point out real quick, when people do the whole back to nature idea, when we were back to nature, like 7 out of 10 kids didn't make it to the age of 10. So I don't know, man. I feel like perhaps us escaping nature in certain ways, or at least in the concept of that, is kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
Nature has cancer.
Yeah, I make that point all the time. Here in the Victorian period, 50% of children didn't make it to their 5th birthday, and that was due to a combination of 3 things: lack of medical care, dirty water, and bad nutrition. And I don't mean bad nutrition as in they're eating like candy all the time. I mean bad nutrition as in they don't get enough calories to sustain themselves. I would rather someone be eating bad nutrition than not have enough to eat, you know?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. You would survive a hell of a lot longer on a deserted island with Skittles than you would with 9, or some sort of like, or like a piece of lettuce. You know, you really would. So, not that you should be eating Skittles all day, but
we know this as well because people who are morbidly obese live longer than people who are dangerously underweight. Like, you know, if somebody has an ED where they are not eating enough calories to sustain them, they will live a shorter life than somebody who is eating far too many calories, far more calories than they need to sustain them.
And this is why I always order a single pizza for myself and let everyone else share a different one. Because I want to live longer.
Well, my mum was also told by the doctor, she's had sepsis twice. And she was told by by the GP that the only reason that she survived sepsis was because she was overweight. Because when you're an elderly person and you are like average weight or underweight, it's a lot harder for you to get through like a serious illness, because if you can't eat, or then you have less to kind of sustain you through that period.
yeah. Guys, I am probably going to wrap this up though, just because I've been live for quite a while, and if I do go live later, I'd rather not be live forever this morning, or no, this afternoon. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. But if you did enjoy the live, go ahead and click the red follow button on the top left on YouTube. Subscribe, vice versa, guys. If you're watching on one, follow, subscribe the other, or whatever. Follow Corey and Erica as well. I appreciate everybody who has either gifted on TikTok or something like Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Let me read out the top 5 gifters real quickly. We got Colorado Native, we got Dana, Michael M, Little Texas, and Megan. Thank you, guys. It really means a lot. And again, thanks again for Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Really means tons. Corey, you want to say anything before I drop?
I love you all.
I like it. I love the positive vibes. Erica?
You know me, Corey Positivity.
Erica?
Just thank you to anyone who's gifted or poked my PP today. I have enjoyed myself.
I'm happy you did. Well, all right, guys. If I do go live later, I'll let you all know in the bulletin board. So join that. Click my profile picture up in the top left on TikTok, and there's a bulletin board. For everybody else, you can also join Discord, and I encourage you to. We got a lot of people in there. We have a great community. The link is in my bio. If the link happens not to work, you can either DM me, or if you put that link inside the browser, it should work instead. Other than that, yeah, like I said, if we go live later, I'll let you guys know. Take care. Great live. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Okay? Take care.